What's up, everybody? Hello. We had a glimmer of hope. We had a glimmer of hope. It did not last. Alex Jones, Nick Fuentes, a bunch of them, or I think there was more than just that. Like, people were trying to come back on YouTube after YouTube seemed to be coming to their senses because, I think I reported this on the other day, but let's catch up. Google admits censorship under Biden, promises to end bans of YouTube accounts of thousands of Americans censored for political speech. So people saw this in Alex Jones, Nick Fuentes. I think there was a few others, but the main ones everybody was talking about was Alex Jones, Nick Fuentes. We were like, okay, great, let's test this out. Alex Jones created a new account. Nick Fuentes created a new account. Everybody was sharing it, trying to get Alex back up to 1 million fucking subscribers. Alex had posted a video from his show that day, and it was like, holy shit, maybe YouTube's actually gonna let these guys back on. Maybe YouTube's actually gonna get serious about correcting the horrible mistakes it has made the last 8 years, 9 years. It didn't last long, guys. YouTube has shut down the newly created channels of Nick Fuentes and Alex Jones. It didn't take long. And look, I had hope. I was like, okay, after that statement, maybe YouTube actually is going to make this right now. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, well, wait a minute. I just had a video from 2019, an edit I did, Alex Jones versus Joe Rogan, when they had their little feud. I just had that get removed by YouTube a couple weeks ago. And the reason YouTube removed it was because it was like a ban evasion. I was posting content that was banned to YouTube. So, like, if YouTube just did that to me 2 weeks ago, from a video that was fine for 6 fucking years, monetized, no problem, a transformative edit, I'm not just re-uploading Alex Jones's content. If they just did that to me, how serious can they actually be about fixing this problem? Well, they weren't serious. And I think we all need to seriously put as much pressure on YouTube. We need the big boys. We need the Trumps and the fucking JD Vances and maybe even some left-wing politicians who seem to care about free speech now to come out and put some pressure on YouTube to do the right thing, because these are not people that broke the law. These are people that just had the wrong opinions about shit. And, I'm all for free speech. I'm all for more free speech. And if you care about free speech and you want more free speech in this country, you should want these people to come back. You should definitely want that. I don't know if you've heard anything from Trump about this, but this is something that I've always been very frustrated with Trump about. He does not do enough to put pressure on social media to stop banning people over their opinions. Basically because they're too conservative, they're too right-wing. So I don't know. The left sure does a great job when Jimmy Kimmel gets suspended from his employer of rallying around free speech, and now he's back. Like, can the right do the same thing? Can we come together and actually fucking put immense pressure on these platforms to actually stop banning people and to allow people that were falsely, in my opinion, banned from the public square, the internet public square? We got to put pressure to bring them back, man, because it's bullshit at this point. It really is. By the way, Alex Jones went full Adolf Hitler today. I was laughing so hard about this guy. I was laughing so hard because he looks so much like fucking Adolf Hitler. It's insane. It's insane. Like, he is German, right? So Alex has a German background. So maybe there is some fucking relation between German and Adolf, between Alex and Adolf, because my God, do they look, Jesus Christ, it's a spitting image. Alex is a little more jacked than Adolf, but dude, this is like Adolf reincarnated, bro. This is like fucking Adolf reincarnated. I wonder if he did the thing like we all do. All of us have done it at one point when we're like shaving our mustache and we're like, let me create a quick little, Hitler mustache just to see what it looks like. And then he was like, I think I'm going to go with this today. This is the shit we're missing on YouTube, guys. This is the shit that YouTube is depriving us of. Okay? Fucking Adolf Stash Alex. Like, this is the fucking epic shit. Gotta give credit to Vivek. One of the few people. One of the reasons, a lot of people are like, oh, Vivek sucks, Vivek sucks. I did like Vivek. I don't like him as much now, especially after the H-1B shit. But when I was like, damn, Vivek is great, it was when he was talking about freedom of speech and when he was calling out the platforms and their censorship. And he's one of the few that came out and had a great statement about the banning of Alex Jones and Nick Fuentes, but they should bring them both back, you know? And got to give credit to Vivek. We need more people with voices on the right to start to rally. We need a rallying call of like, hey, enough's enough. We need to bring these people back, okay? Let's listen to what Vivek said.
This is a message for the leadership of YouTube. Frankly, I probably could have called you privately, but I think it's better to just talk about this in the open on this particular issue. My understanding is in the last 24 hours, you locked the accounts and shut down the accounts of two guys, Nick Fuentes and Alex Jones. They have big followings on the American right. I think it's better if you just unlock those accounts and let the guys be heard. And I say this not because I'm some particular fan or vice versa. At least one of them, Nick, is probably not a particularly big fan of mine. No more than Jimmy Kimmel is, by the way, for very different reasons. That's beside the point. It doesn't matter. The reason I'm asking you to do it is that censorship isn't good for America.
God bless. Amen. Hell yes. It's not, dude. Like, this is why I don't want to see the crazy leftists that are like saying crazy shit that I completely disagree with, that I think is bad for this country. I don't want to see them banned either. I want their voices to be heard so we can be informed as to who believes what. And by the way, if you don't want radical extremism, stop banning people and making them go into their little echo chambers where they just become more radical and more extreme. And look, some people like smaller, there's a lot of smaller accounts that YouTube banned and they were done. You don't hear from them anymore. Their career ended. But the bigger accounts, like the Alex Joneses, the Nick Fuentes, you ban them, you just create a bigger fucking, you create a martyr situation, and then they get more support because of your banning. So even if you're just like from the mindset of, I want to shut people down, it doesn't even work. It's just stupid.
It's antithetical to our culture. And we're the country on God's green earth where we're able to talk to each other in the open. And I want to credit YouTube and Google and your parent company and so much of your competitors in Silicon Valley for creating the first instance of the free and open internet with search engines. It's a beautiful thing for democratizing speech.
I agree.
But I think we take a step in the wrong direction when we choke those same technologies that allow us to access open debate and open ideas. It breeds discontent. It breeds frustration. It actually breeds mistrust. If you tell people they can't speak, that's when they scream. And if you tell people they can't scream, that's when they tear things down. So I think free speech is a precondition for peace. It's a precondition for the scientific method. It's a precondition for our shared unity, our shared national identity as Americans. Now, I can understand why you might think that certain types of speech or certain things that are said that are hurtful to other people or that may spread misinformation or may they count as violent or dangerous threats shouldn't be allowed on your platform. I personally take a broad view of what type of speech is an expression of an opinion that's protected, but that's a separate discussion about whether somebody says a particular thing that you think doesn't belong on your platform. That's one category of speech moderation. There's a different category of saying that you may demonetize certain people. You're not going to pay them, that even if they're able to speak on your platform, it's not necessarily their right to be paid for doing so or putting advertisers next to their name.
That one that's hard because it's like, that is a way of censoring somebody, right? Like, you don't have to ban them. You can just demonetize them. You can fucking put them in the backseat of the algorithm so their shit doesn't get shared and they can't make money. So like, if you can't make money, a lot of people are going to stop, you know, but then again, like do the advertisers have any right as to where their content goes? Like that one's a difficult one. That one's a difficult one. But yeah, it's not as bad as banning because at least, you know, people can still fucking find their own sponsors who would be willing to advertise.
That's a separate discussion. Personally, I don't like any of those forms of speech suppression as a general matter, But at least those are discussions that reasonable minds can have. There's a whole separate third category of censorship, though, that I think is particularly harmful, which is...
No, people keep saying that, Brad Skagg. Alex Jones's channel, the channel that he started, is down. It's gone. I bookmarked it before it got nuked. And it's gone. The channel's gone. The video's gone. It's gone.
The idea that just because of who you are, your name and who you are, you don't get to express any idea, whether it's misinformation, hateful speech, whether it's dangerous or whatever you deem it to be. Irrespective of that, you're not making that judgment. Just based on who you are, you don't get to speak. I think that breeds mistrust. I don't think that's good for our country. There's legal arguments to be had. I've made legal arguments elsewhere in my books, in Wall Street Journal pieces, and there are legal arguments that you could construct that say that if a tech company is protected by Section 230, a government-created shield of immunity, that if a tech company is responding, even indirectly, to the threats of government officials, maybe that is actually even a legal First Amendment violation. That's not even what I'm talking about right now. What I'm talking about is not a legal point, it's just a cultural point. It's the question of whether this is good or bad for America. And I think we live in a moment right now where when we tell people, whether it's the government or even a powerful company,
it's pretty fucked that a lot of the shit that people say, to defend these platforms and say, oh, they can ban everybody they want. It's like the First Amendment was created so that people could have freedom of speech. That's why it was created, right? But people are using the First Amendment to actually have less freedom of speech because, well, it's a private company's First Amendment right to ban everybody. So essentially a private company can just buy up a huge swath of the communication marketplace, however you want to fucking label it, and shut everybody up. And that's the First Amendment. Their First Amendment overrides the rest of the country's First Amendment. Like, that to me is a weird argument. Like, the thing that the founding fathers put in place to make sure people had freedom of speech is being used to limit people's freedom of speech. That's perfect. I'm sure that's what the founding fathers wanted. That's when I talk about the intent. I said that the other day, and somebody was like, what is he talking about, the intent? Well, yeah, the intent matters more than the wording. Like, the intent of the Second Amendment is so fucking average citizens can have the same arms that the military can have, that the government can have, so that they can defend themselves against government, and there's not this fucking imbalance of power. Right? But if you look at it and you go, arms, well, this is what the left does. Well, the wording of it, I don't think they meant you could have a machine gun. It's like, no, the intent is for people to be able to defend themselves and to be able to fucking carry and have, protections against government. Same thing with the First Amendment. The intent is to not have the citizen's speech stifled. So the founding fathers would absolutely be like, just like me. I guarantee it. They'd be just like me. They'd be going, hey, this is a fucking problem. The First Amendment has basically been destroyed. And what are we going to do about it? Because the founding fathers actually cared about freedom of speech, not the wording of some shit. What they cared was that in reality, in the real world, people could speak their minds without fear of repercussion or losing their fucking ability to earn a living and all the shit that's going on now if you say the wrong thing. I like this. This is good. Again, Vivek is, I talk a lot of shit about Vivek, but when it comes to this particular topic, Vivek has always been on the money.
When you tell people that because of who you are, you deserve not to be heard, I think that actually divides us. Even if it's done with the best of intentions of thinking it brings most of the rest of the country together, in the long run, it actually throws kerosene on the very flame you were trying to quash. And so that's my ask to you. I'm not trying to do this in some type of faux indignation, angry way that escalates some political fight. That's not the goal. I actually think that it's often possible to get to the right answer through just reasonable, open dialogue. That's what I hope this is. I hope you're able to reconsider a decision that you made that may have been a wrong decision. And I think we need more space as a country when people do make a wrong decision to be able to be given an off-ramp, to be able to say that, you know what, after thinking about it, yeah, we agree, we're persuaded that all else equal, even though we intended well, we ought to let people speak and be heard. That's what I hope happens here. And so my ask is, and again, speaking as a guy who, from Jimmy Kimmel to Nick Fuentes, probably don't like me very much. I don't care. That doesn't matter. It's not what this is about. It's not even about the content. It's about the principle. I'd ask you to restore the accounts of those guys, and believe me, it will be a down payment on beginning to reunite this country, a project on which we have yet a very long way to go.
I think that's great. Shout out to Vivek. Good work. We need everybody that has a voice on the right. Everybody, especially people in the administration, everybody needs to make a video like this, because I feel like there is a door opening here where if we put enough fucking political pressure on YouTube, that they may just actually be forced to do the right thing at this point. So this is something we can't let go. We can't let this go. It's been too quiet. Not everybody. I know there's a lot of people that spoke up about all this censorship, but the right has not rallied together to defend its fellow conservatives on the internet when they get banned. We need to be better about that. We really do. And yeah, we got to get Alex back, bro. We got to get Alex. We got to get Nick. We got to get everybody back fucking on these platforms, bro. But I think I did miss one. Here, let me get the super chat. But I missed. What did I miss here? Oop. I think I missed YouTube's response. Yeah, YouTube. So YouTube even replied to this. YouTube has shut down the newly created channels of Nick Fuentes and Alex Jones. Here's Team YouTube. We terminated these channels as it's still against our rules for previously terminated users to start new channels. The pilot program, there's going to be a pilot program. Now this is so lame, bro. The pilot program for terminations that many folks referenced this week isn't available yet and will be a limited pilot program to start. Okay. That's not good enough, bro. That's not good enough. Some of these people have been banned for like half of fucking Alex Jones has been banned for 8 years now, 7 years, something like that. Like, what? When is it enough? Like, I've said it before, dude, he could have probably murdered somebody and been out of jail already. But yeah, this is just bullshit. It's YouTube fucking saying the right things in front of Congress, you know, blah, blah, blah. But I don't think they have any real intention. So the pressure's got to be put on them to do the right thing. The pilot program for terminations that many folks referenced this week isn't available yet and will be a limited pilot program to start. We'll have more to share on how the pilot program will work, who is eligible, and how creators can access it very soon. So they'll get to choose. This is bullshit, dude. This is bullshit, to be honest. YouTube, this is not good enough. Do better. Do better, YouTube. It's enough. Enough's enough, man. How long are we going to allow this to go on? Like, if you're one of these people that's like, well, YouTube is a private company, they're gonna fuck off. I don't care what you think. You obviously don't care about freedom of speech, right? We have two options here. We can have less freedom of speech, or we can have more freedom of speech. And you're siding on the less freedom of speech because my private company can do whatever it wants, ignoring the fine details of this private company has captured a ginormous amount of human communications and now control where Americans go to debate politics and get informed. Ignore that part. Right? Oh, but it's a private company. The private company has a First Amendment. So that private company's First Amendment means they can shut down the entire fucking country's ability to speak and control who says what and what you're allowed to say and what you're allowed. Come on, man. You're not for freedom of speech if you start going around going, well, it's a private company. You're ignoring the unique circumstances that this is. This is not some bakery, some tiny little bakery that anybody can choose to go to or not go to. This is a totally unique thing. And if you're ignoring that, then I don't know. I think a lot of the people that make that argument, they are leftists. They'll come in and pretend that they're not. But then if you go investigate, you go, oh, they are. They are. So it's very weird how all of a sudden these, leftists, all of a sudden they start sounding like the most libertarian fucking people you've ever seen. It's weird how that happens. No, it's because what they want is they want you to be shut down. And maybe the answer is to start banning people on the left so they can fucking feel the pain. And maybe then they'll go, oh, maybe we should do something about this. Maybe that's the answer. Maybe that's the answer, just to start getting people on the left banned. So then they can understand, yeah, maybe something does need to be done about this. But I don't know. I'm hoping, though, this is a little bit of a good sign, even though they got banned already. I mean, like, we can't let this issue drop. We can't drop the ball on this issue. We got to keep the pressure up on it. Smash the thumbs up, guys, if you're enjoying the show. Let me catch up with some of these super chats.
Dildo Baggins super chatted $1.99. I have blossomed.
Awesome, brother. Thank you, Bilbo.
SSG Frago super chatted $5. I'm not a liberal, but it sounds like what they did to Nick and Alex is censorship. And a threat to democracy.
Yeah, I agree. It is censorship.
Spocko super chatted $1.99. YouTube is gay and lame.
There's nothing wrong with you, YouTube. You can be gay and lame. We still love you.
Cornpop_82 super chatted $5. It's a shame Hitler ruined the mustache for everyone. Alex looks pretty awesome with it. Smiley face emoji.
I agree, bro. I agree. It looks good. Yeah. Is that going to be a thing now? Did Alex just bring back the Hitler stash? How many people are going to be rocking a Hitler stash now? Imagine, dude, if like some of these leftists who think Nazis are everywhere, like they go to the grocery store and they start seeing white dudes with Hitler stashes. Bro, they're going to have panic attacks. It's going to be nuts. But yeah, he might be bringing it back. We got a video of Alex here. Oh man, he said that like women are like literally creaming their pants around him with the Hitler stash. Nobody knew this. Alex just revealed something. Like there's some power, some fucking crazy power over women this Hitler stash has. But yeah, let's play a little Alex.
Now, obviously, everybody watching is only thinking about my mustache right now.
Bro, he looks, it's fucking uncanny, bro. It's fucking uncanny. I mean, am I crazy or does he not look like, Hitler's great grandson? It's not just the stash. Like once he puts the stash on, then you start seeing all the other like, holy shit, Alex Jones might, and there's nothing wrong with it. Look, if you're related to Hitler, you didn't choose that. There's nothing wrong with it. That doesn't make you inherently bad. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing. But Jesus Christ, bro. The look, it's uncanny, dude. It's fucking uncanny.
You are not thinking about all the incredible earth-shaking news I'm about to cover. And that's because as a species, or really any species, we go off the way things look, the colorations of things. What's on a butterfly? What's on a snake? The patterns out there. That's what we have. And so after World War II, for the last 80 years, everything has been a paradigm of, is it Hitlerian or is it Captain America? And the left in Europe and the United States and the UK and Australia, New Zealand, they've continued on the psychology.
Bro, are you kidding me? Somebody says it looks nothing. Are you kidding me? Is it? You're telling me it's just the stash? Dude, I'm telling you, he looks like it's more than just the stash, bro.
Of World War II. And then the Democrats and the
super chatted $1.99, and this is why Alex is a loser.
I disagree, bro. I don't think Alex is a loser.
Colleges and the think tanks and the ADL, they then say that white men are Hitler. Christianity is Hitler. Hillary said a few days ago, we have these evil white men that are Christians, and they're the problem with the world. And of course, she's called Trump Hitler. So have all the other Democrats over and over again. And of course, that was 80 years ago and really has nothing to do with what's going on here today.
Bro, I'm sorry, but just for the laughs, I kind of want to see this become a trend. I want to see just as a way to like fucking annoy all the people that have been calling us Nazis. Why don't we all just wear the stash for like a weekend? Just like everybody, dude. Just like we need to make it a fucking like national holiday where we can all just pull out the Hitler stash, We need to bring it back, man. You know what? We can't allow a fucking style to be destroyed because of one man,
And that's why
got to start calling it the Charlie Chaplin stash,
why the left actually promotes and hypes up white supremacist groups and Nazis and has made tens of thousands of movies about it. And they put out reports. Biden did the number one terror threat is white supremacy, and there's record level whites attacking Asians when it didn't even exist. You know all that. Trying to brand
that would probably kick off the Civil War, guys. If we actually did that, it probably would kick off the Civil War.
Everything and keep the whole world.
Just kidding.
Hitler versus Captain America.
Yeah, I know he already shaved and Stefan Collin. How you doing, Stefan? I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, I have that video too of him without it. He looks so much better with it.
America and the globalists and the New World Order and the Israel lobby, they're Captain America, and everybody else is Hitler. And so a lot of people are sick of it, but they're not very sophisticated and have not actually studied that Hitler was a very kleptocratic, totalitarian, megalomaniacal individual. It doesn't mean some of the forces he was opposing were good either. But that's the bottom line. And so that's why I'm doing this social experiment, I think for just a few days. But I don't know. I went to a gas station. I went in a grocery store this morning, and it was spectacular. Being a white guy that has German features.
I hope you recorded this, man. If you're walking around in public like this, you need a film crew with you, dude. We need to see the reactions.
Classical German features, and with a Hitler mustache, and it was very interesting. I could tell you it had a wild effect on women. I thought they were about to start throwing their panties at me.
This is hard to believe, dude. Is this true? Is this something we didn't even know about women that we're just going to find out? We all start rocking the Hitler mustache and even the incels start getting laid. I don't know. I find this one hard to believe, dude.
And they didn't know why. They were looking at me because most modern women, even young ones, don't really even know even what Hitler is, but they in the back of their head, they know what it is. So they got a guy with, kind of Lex Luthor meets Adolf Hitler looks with blue eyes, and they just didn't know what to do. They're like melting.
Dude, it's so fucking funny, bro. It's so funny. Let's see what else he says. Let's see. We'll give it a little longer. I'm not going to watch the whole 30 minutes. Let's see what else.
Longer now. New Jersey done as a beta test to create.
I want to hear more about the stash, Alex. That's what I just care about, the stash, bro. Yes, he does talk about his channel getting banned. Somebody says Alex wanted to get banned. I don't think so, because the one video that they posted to YouTube, it was like they clearly were like trying to keep it clean for YouTube. So I don't think they were trying to get banned. I think, look, as a business that Alex runs, having YouTube is huge, man. Having a platform like YouTube is huge to your business. It's a big, huge positive for your business. I don't think that we're trying to get banned. I really don't.
I mean, remember Nick Fuentes yesterday? I said, Nick, Congress says, Alphabet that owns Google and YouTube's written a letter. They claim they'll stop all the political banning and everybody can come back. I said, it's pure bull. I predict I'm going to go back on there today. I said, you should too. We'll be banned by tomorrow morning. He said, yeah, I'll do it. He went back on. I went back on, put up a video about the indictments that are coming of Comey and others. Very nice report last night.
Talk about that too later.
Banned about 3 a.m. this morning.
The witching hour. They did it during the witching hour,
super
bro.
chatted $1.99. Well, women do like bad boys.
And who's more of a bad boy than Adolf Hitler? That's a good point. Oh, excuse me, guys. That's a good point, dude. Like, I guess that's like the ultimate fucking bad boy. You can't get. I mean, you're riding a motorcycle. Oh, you got a leather jacket. Oh, well, I got a fucking Hitler stash. Now, who's the badder boy? Is it you and your little motorcycle, or me and my fucking Hitler stash? I mean, you might be right. That might be what it is, dude. Women are just creaming their pants. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking Alex, it might have, embellished a little bit there. It might have been just like women just going like, is that somebody really in a Hitler stash? And like, and then Alex is like, yeah, they wanted to fuck me. They're looking at me because they want. My dad's like that too. Well, he's older now, but my dad just always thinks every woman wants to have sex with him. It's like, Dad, she's a waitress. She's just being nice. She wants a tip. No, she wants my dick. It's like, dude. A lot of dudes are like that. God bless them.
And that's okay, because then Congress will know that it was a lie. Congress will know that their agreement and what they said they would do to stop the censorship was a fraud. YouTube tells Congress, because of lawsuits and got caught in election meddling, we're going to stop censoring. We're going to let everybody back on. And I told Nick Fuentes, let's go back on today. We'll be kicked off by tomorrow, but then we can bring that to Congress and show. This is part of the process. I didn't do it as a futile gesture. I did it to expose it.
It was a good idea. It's a good idea. I really do want to see this ramp up, because I was starting to feel like people don't care anymore. People have just accepted, YouTube's just gonna ban people they don't like for having the wrong opinions. They've been better about it lately, no doubt about it, but they're still not fucking great. And they're still holding on to the huge mistakes they made during COVID and all that. Not all of them. I mean, they've rolled that back, a lot of it, but Alex being banned, I mean, that, again, people will say, well, Alex was banned because of Sandy Hook and blah, 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 blah. The 3 strikes were such bullshit. It was, remember he said, we got to get our battle rifles ready. He didn't mean go shoot somebody. It was it wasn't a literal thing. He played some viral clip of a child who got pushed to the ground because he was punching an older man. That was abuse of a child. Like, they found whatever they could to get rid of him. They did that. They do that with a lot of people. Like, everything's fine until they decide they want to get rid of you, and then they go back through your catalog and they find whatever they can to construe it as a policy violation. And that's what they did to Alex. And they do that to a lot of people. And it's enough is enough, man. Enough is enough. And they might do it to me soon. So go follow me on X. Go follow me on Discord. So you can get the show wherever I'm going to be at, because there's no guarantee YouTube won't do this to me any second now.
So here's a clip of that. That's just some of what's coming up. The Epstein case is blown wide open. Here's the clip. We don't have the First Amendment. We have nothing. So on the heels of Bondi endorsing the ADL repeal of the First Amendment last week and us slapping it down, we have Jim Jordan yesterday. Due to our oversight efforts, Google commits to offer all creators previously kicked off YouTube due to political speech violations to return to their platform. But that's not all. We have the Alphabet letter, that's the parent company, Eric Schmidt, saying, yeah, we're going to stop. So I've been a little busy, but I told you during a break, you should go try to relaunch your channel. And I'm doing it today. I'm going to get there with my driver's license, all of it. And I'm going to try to relaunch an Alex Jones channel today. And the crew's like, well, let's worry about the algorithm. We're not going to get on there. I predict they're going to block it, which is fine. Then I'll get it to Jim Jordan, who I can call on the phone, leave it right there. This is just Department of Investigation.
Ooh, that's good. That's good. Because Jim Jordan's on the right side of this, dude. Jim Jordan's a good one.
And we're going to force their hand on this. But this does show some of the good stuff coming out of Trump, other than
I'm seeing a weird connection now. Jim Jordan, Alex Jones, Michael Jordan. The first man to bring back the Hitler stash was Michael Jordan, by the way. We need to give him credit. We need to give Jordan credit. I don't know. I'm just seeing, a weird connection here. Maybe it's some sort of synchronicity. I don't know.
Trying to start a
We need to get Michael Jordan on InfoWars.
nuclear war. What do you make of that?
Well, I'm skeptical of it like you are, because then they came out, actually, I don't know if it was today or yesterday, and YouTube said it's a pilot program. I don't know if this is brand new.
No,
I think it just came
We're
out.
going to let them all back, but it's a pilot program.
Yeah, so I'm.
They're trying to walk it back. They're trying to say things while they're talking to Jim Jordan that, tell Jim Jordan what he wants to hear. But then we're actually really not going to do that, because we don't want to do that. We want to control free speech. We still have a bunch of crazy blue-haired leftists running things. And but they're afraid of Congress, so they're going to tell Congress the right shit. Congress, don't fall for it. More pressure.
Deeply skeptical. And, that could mean one of two things. It might mean that they will do more later. That's what a pilot program is. They'll see how it goes. Maybe they'll bring on more people. Or it could mean that it's like a token concession, and it's not actually what they're saying it is.
Big creators, big talk show hosts, I'll stop there. They call them up and say, oh, we hear you have an Alex on. The producers all talk to them, they're all tattletales. Better not do that. We're going to demonetize you. So that's what goes on. But it's not like, I went back.
Well, when I had Alex on, I don't have any contacts with YouTube. But when I had Alex on, it fucking blew up for a day, and then it was like they go, and shut it down. And there's a lot of theories as to why my channel has had as many issues as it has. Thank God I haven't been banned like Alex or Nick or whatever, but they've played some games with my shit. And a lot of people think it connects back to when I had Alex, when I interviewed Alex. The 2 times I interviewed Alex, possibly, it does kind of make me think that could be true when they're still 6 years later coming after videos 6 years ago, just because Alex's face is in it. Like, enough's enough, YouTube. Get your fucking shit together, bro. Seriously, dude.
On YouTube, but clearly, will you, because I'm not trying to hog the space here. It's not a stunt, it's to show it. Let's commit, you and I both today. Let's go try to log on. Let's try to relaunch the Nick J. Fuentes show, America First. Let's try to relaunch Alex Jones Live. Let's do it when we get off here in 10 minutes.
Let's do it. Absolutely. I'm game. Yeah, let's stress test it.
Yeah, because it's horse crap. I totally agree with you.
Trying to find, I could have sworn there was a Alex doing like a Hitler impression.
So this morning, again, I was about 5:30.
Hold on, I'm checking to see what this was.
That my beard is prickly.
Yeah, okay, we'll get back to this one, because I when I was watching it earlier, I saw him do a fucking a Hitler impression. It was like, Jesus Christ, this is Alex Jones might actually be the reincarnation of Adolf Hitler. I'm just saying. I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. You know, where did this go? Oh, oh yeah. Here's how Alex ended up with the Hitler mustache.
So I don't know. Maybe I should, for a while, just as a social experiment, keep the mustache. What's everybody think? So I don't know. Maybe I should, for a while, just as a social experiment, keep the mustache. What's everybody think?
He didn't, though. Unfortunately, he didn't. I think he should have. Unfortunately, he went back to this look. It's not. This is. It's just. It's such a letdown seeing him like this after we just saw the full potential of Alex's full potential. Yeah. I mean, come on. This is what you took from us. This politically correctness. You took this amazing look, and now we have to look like this because of political correctness. My God, what does this world come to? I mean, this is how dumb it is. Like, oh, bad guy had this style of haircut. Now nobody can ever have that haircut because bad guy had that haircut. Are you fucking retarded? Are you retarded? I don't know. I might have to do the Hitler stash now. Might have to do it just to make a statement. A statement against retardation. Because that's what it will be. A statement against retardation.
I kind of like my goatee beard.
Obviously, there's nothing wrong with actual mental retardation. You know, it's the non-retard retards. Okay, I think you understand my point here.
I've been just kind of experimenting. Everybody asked what that look was I had before. Who's the Marvel comic guy that has the knives that comes out of his hand?
Wolverine.
Like a wolf or Wolverine, yeah. So my hair is gray all right here and still brown here.
Well, according to Alex, if I get the Hitler stash, I'm going to be getting so much snatch. It's going to be insane, bro. I'm going to have to be batting the chicks away with a fucking fly swatter, bro. I'll be like, stay away from me. I mean, if that's true, a lot of dudes are going to they're going to adopt this style.
So I figured I'd shave down from where it was brown, white. Remember, I did that for a while and it had that white and then into brown. People kind of thought that was an interesting style. That was just me shaving and no, let's see what that looks like. And this morning, again, I was about 5:30. I had complaints that my beard is prickly. And then I should, condition it, which I never do. So I'm conditioning it in the shower and all the rest of it. And then I'm going to trim it. And I get the clipper out. And I'm zzz, and Mushu, the ragdoll cat, jumps up in between me, give me a kiss, hits it, and he goes, wah, right down. I was like, oh my God. So I go, well, I got to cut my beard off. So.
Oh, I hate when that fucking happens, bro. I hate that.
Beard off. I'm going to go with a mustache. And again, I was going to go hike with my workout partner, Sean Johnson. He saw it, started laughing. He said, he couldn't quit laughing. And I go, what? And he goes, dude, you look like a pedo. It's ridiculous. He goes, you got to cut that off. He goes, here, let's call my.
I want to see Alex with just the fucking the big mustache. Everybody keeps saying like you should do that too, Pink Chip. No, I'm not going to do that. If I'm going to do mustache only, it's only going to be the Hitler mustache. That's the only way I'm ever doing mustache only. Okay.
Fiance.
By the way, YouTube, I do not endorse Adolf Hitler. Don't be fucking stupid, YouTube. Okay. Okay. They love taking things out of context, spinning things around. Hitler was bad. Nazis are bad. I love the Jews. Okay. But let me have some fun with this.
Hey, up and see what she thinks. So he FaceTimes.
Can we have fun, YouTube? Is that allowed?
Lose it. And I said, all right, well, because we were going to hike around my house today. There's a big green belt there. I said, let me go in the bathroom. He goes, wait, don't. Go Hitler. At least let me see it. It'd be a great stunt as a joke. Let me go in the bathroom. He goes, wait, don't. And I said, all right, well, because we were going to hike around my house today. There's a big green belt there. I said, let me go in the bathroom. He goes, wait, don't. Go Hitler. At least let me see it. It'd be a great stunt as a joke.
Who is this?
I started thinking, I was like, yeah, like a social experiment. Maybe just do it for a few days. And I go trim it, walk back out of the bathroom. He goes, damn, no, we got to take this stash back, call it the Jones now. this is a good looking mustache. He goes, you ought to keep that. So that's how this
I'm not gonna lie, it looks good, bro. It looks good.
happens. I may keep this for 6 months actually, because I'm already the devil. I'm already Satan. I'm already all these things I never did. And also, I've never supported Hitler, and I oppose all forms of.
We got to decouple Hitler from this mustache. I'm telling you, it's fucking nonsense that one terrible person can take a whole fucking style away from men for eternity. None of us are allowed to have that style now because of one fucking terrible person. That's not fair, okay? That sounds like fascism to me.
Totalitarian systems. I don't think Hitler is the worst totalitarian in history, but he's right up there in the top 3 or 4.
Yeah. Nope, that's how it happened. Who was it? I forgot who. I didn't catch who it was telling him to do it, but was it his workout buddy? I forget the name of his workout buddy, but they're always together these days. Let's get back to this one.
I mean, remember Nick Fuentes yesterday? I said, Nick, Congress says, Alphabet that owns Google and YouTube's written a letter. They claim they'll stop all the political banning and everybody can come back.
Bro, it literally makes the show like 100 times better. It makes the show 100 times more watchable with this mustache. I don't know what it is, bro. I can watch this all day now.
I predict I'm going to go back on there today. I said, you should too. We'll be banned by tomorrow morning. He said, yeah, I'll do it. He went back on. I went back on, put up a video about the indictments that are coming of Comey and others. Very nice report last night.
John Johnson, yes. Thank you, Pluto.
And that's okay, because then Congress will know that it was a lie.
I forgot also, Be Unstoppable gifted 5 memberships. Thank you very much, Be Unstoppable. You got to wait till I'm on air, bro, because then I can't play it. But shout out to Be Unstoppable and welcome to the new members of the new YouTube members. You guys rock. If you want to become a member, links in the description, or you can join Patreon, link in the description as well. Thank you guys.
Congress will know.
Or send a super chat and I'll react to your message. Thank you.
That their agreement and what they said they would do to stop the censorship was a fraud. Everybody was texting me last night. Oh, you're back on. Congratulations. Text them back. No, I'll be off by tomorrow. And of course, my prediction was right. It isn't hard.
I thought the same thing too, because like I said, just 2 weeks ago, they removed one of my videos because Alex Jones was in it. So how much have they changed? Probably not a real change. It's just trying to say the things they think Congress wants to hear, so Congress will leave them alone. Congress, don't fall for that bullshit.
But it's okay. If I hadn't gone and done it to show it's a lie, Paul Weiss Law Firm, $40 million restitution payment and community service for lawfare against Trump, admitting it was illegal. They've been writing that $40 million off suing me and are still suing me, still trying to shut me down. And if I ever sue them back or fight back or point that out, I'm stalking them. I'm hurting the families. I'm harassing them.
I heard they're opening an investigation into, I think, the FBI agent that kind of kicked off that whole lawsuit. If I remember right, it was an FBI agent or something like that, that was like the one that got the families together and all that to sue over Sandy Hook. And I heard there's an investigation into that. Definitely bullshit.
When their main goal is get me off the air. They say in the articles, he'll soon be off. He's on his last gasp. But he's harassing us by appealing. MSNBC, how dare Jones appeal this? Because they need me silenced so they can lie about me and fundraise off my name saying I did things I never did. See, they don't just censor you when they shut you down.
Dude, there's going to be so many images going around Reddit and be like, Alex Jones, his true self is revealed now. They're going to be saving these fucking screenshots of Alex with the Hitler stash for eternity, dude. I don't think they'll ever post another image of Alex, of him just normal. Every image they post of Alex now is going to be Hitler stash Alex.
They don't just silence you. They then wear your skin. Well, here's the great news. You dumbos don't understand. This is just an Alamo here. The name, the equipment, none of that means anything. I've just been waiting, fighting 100%. If we win, it's a great victory. If you're able with all your scams to get control, it blows up in your face even more, dumbasses.
He's right.
Look at Kimmel. Had no ratings for years. Now they're huge because of the Streisand effect. Because the FCC had made a joke. They were canning him because he had no ratings. He'll be off in a few months. There's no viewers. But you shouldn't have even made the joke. But now you have the Streisand effect. But unlike Kimmel, who had no viewers, I already had giant viewers. #1 in the world in English speaking, period, not just news. in 2016, 17. That's why they came. And they said he's the model. To shut him up, lie about him, rig court cases, do all this, and then we'll be able to do it to everybody else.
So yeah, guys, soak it up. Soak it up. You know, this is a once in a lifetime situation. I don't know, man. This is I just love it. I don't know why I love this so much. I don't know why I love it. Maybe it's just because it's so like stupid at this point. You know, the obsession with Nazis, the obsession with Hitler, and everybody's a Nazi and everybody's Hitler if you don't like them. And a simple fucking mustache that was very in style at that time, that many people wore, like Charlie Chaplin and many others. And we can't have that style anymore? Because of one man that lived 80 years ago? Or died 80 years ago? The fuck, man? Listen
and we
a
got
little
their
more.
PR company documents and all the rest of it. And the Justice Department saw that and said, we'd like to start talking to them about this. And then the deputy head of the DOJ came and said, nope, you're not doing that. That's how this works. And then now Trump's watching, just like he saw how they wouldn't indict Comey and stuff, so they removed those people, and that's all part of how it works. So you guys think you're so smart. We already had all this worked out. We already knew how all this works, and you just stepped in your bear trap again. We haven't even released the main evidence yet. We're doing it imminently. We got you. You think the stuff we had was bad? We got you. DOJ funding it all, Obama ordering it. Because people are done. And they know what's going on. And this is all tests to identify who's who and who's working with who in the DOJ for the purges.
I hope he's right. I hope Trump's paying attention, because I honestly worry that Trump's not paying attention. Because Trump, you know, he said the right things about this on multiple occasions. Trump has come out and talked about this. And even, I think in 2020, released like a plan to solve it. And then you hear nothing about it now. You hear nothing about it. And it's like, oh, okay, maybe because Trump's got his shit back, he thinks everything's okay now. Like, well, I got my shit back, then maybe they're better now. It's like, no, they're not. They're not. We got to do something about this. And I hope this is, again, this is something like a moment where people just like, the pressure starts getting put on these platforms. Not just YouTube, but Facebook, Instagram, even X. For like them to honor the responsibility that they have to freedom of speech in this country. And we got to put pressure on them, because it's a power that they're going to want to abuse. You know, this is what happens. You give people power, they want to abuse it. And we got to let them know, man. This is just not acceptable. It's not acceptable. And it's gone on long enough.
You heard of like planting a piece of info to find out who gets it? Oh, you're so smart. Oh, you control the corporate media. Everyone does the opposite of what the corporate media says. You know why I love to fight tyranny?
Oh, no, the stash is gone now. The stash is fucking... Alex should have just at least committed to it for one whole episode, bro. Look at how much better he looked.
The more I fight it, the closer I feel to God. I fight evil because...
So these people that are like, you know, pink trip, you need to shave. It's like, do you realize how terrible I look when I'm clean shaven? Like, I'm super pale and white. Like, the beard gives some fucking color to my face, bro. You take the beard away and I'm just... Like, you think the beard's bad? Imagine without the beard, okay? Okay? Ah.
This is a drug.
See, now I've just lost all excitement over this segment now. I'm not even excited about this segment anymore.
That's why when callers call in and say, oh, thank you so much, you're so great. And I'm like, we're under total attack. I can't roll over and be a slave, neither can you. Please don't thank me, just support me. But I guess in a world of cowards, other people that love freedom and aren't cowards, they see somebody else as a coward and think, well, this guy's wonderful. I don't know about you, but I mean, I'm not looking for a fight, but if somebody walks up to me in a restaurant and punches me in the face for no reason, I'm going to get up and attack them. And they may be so badass they can deal with it, but they're going to definitely get a fight. So that's what this is.
It was a sad shaved cat. It's just, yeah. God, the show. I bet you he lost half of his audience as soon as he shaved the stash. Like half of the audience was like, "All right, this is lame now. This fucking clean shaved Alex is just not doing it for me." Bro, you got to commit to it at least for one whole episode. Yeah, look, I mean, come on, man, bring it back. Ex-FBI Director James Comey indicted on charges of lying to Congress and obstruction. There's been a lot of talk about this happening, and it looks like it's going to happen.
No one is above the law.
Let's full screen this.
As I told you 6 months ago, the first person to be indicted
bring the mustache back.
in the war against the deep state, if
Bring it
America
back.
is to survive, is James Comey. He lied to Congress more than 6 times, saying that he never leaked information to the media. Later, he bragged, after they stole the election in 2020, he thought he was safe, that he went and orchestrated it all. The attacks on Trump, Flynn, everybody, and that he was the leaker with twisted, fake, classified information. He didn't just leak, he leaked lies. And then he lied to Congress about it. Letitia James will be indicted. As I told you, first Comey.
Alex has been saying this for weeks now, right? People need to be held responsible, bro. Like, the shit they did was out of pocket, dude. Spying on Trump's campaign, coming up with a phony fucking Steele dossier, and then trying to impeach him and, like, fucking impeding his progress as president and the things he wanted. It's like, it was, yeah. There's a lot of people that need to be indicted, in my opinion. We got to stop playing games. Because, look, it's almost like they are in a civil war and we're not. Like, the way they're behaving, they're willing to go as far as they fucking can to shut us down and to fuck us over. And we're like, it's like, no, I think it's time we start fighting back. And we just, you know, stop playing patty cake. You know, I'm not saying get violent or whatever, but no, our government needs to fucking hold people responsible if they overstep the bounds of what their fucking power should have been.
Then Letitia James, then John Brennan, then Clapper, then John Bolton. And then it leads on from there. So to all of you that were black-pilled and said there will never be any indictments.
I'm still a little black-pilled, but it depends on the day of the week.
And said I was a hopium dealer, that I was a white pill man, that I was saying things that weren't true. Was Alex Jones right?
You know what would make this message hit even harder? A Hitler mustache.
Get ready for the rest of it.
It would just, it'd be so perfect. It'd be so perfect.
Get ready for so much more, because they tried to kill Trump twice. They tried to put me in prison, General Flynn in prison, Roger Stone in prison, all of us in prison. And I sat there and I told my own people 8 years ago, there's no indictments. The Sessions is controlled. Bill Barr is controlled. I said, there will be no indictments. And you said that I was a traitor. I was a liar. I was right. And this time I told you, there will be indictments. And as soon as the indictments begin, like a house of cards, their whole system will fall. Remember that? I said it thousands of times till your ears bled. But here's the big news. The Democrats have said they're going to riot and they're going to trigger race war and false flags. Because their people believe they were invincible. Their people believe they were above the law. And now that promise is dying. And so now the real threat begins. Now the real attack unfolds.
I mean, we just saw another terror attack, that ICE shooting. What a dumbass, dude. I mean, can you guys get any fucking stupider? And I kind of can blame Gavin Newsom a little bit for this. Gavin Newsom's coming out trying to make wearing masks illegal, for ICE to wear masks. And it's like, oh, okay, so you want ICE agents to be shot. You want their families to be harassed. You want them to be doxxed. You want people to show up at their houses. You want to terrorize ICE agents. That's what it sounds like to me. It'd be nice if we lived in a world where they didn't have to wear masks, but unfortunately, we do live in a world where ICE agents have to wear masks. Because if they don't, then their family members, their lives are at risk. And then I was listening to Tim Pool today, and Tim's like, "Oh no, they shouldn't wear masks. I can't wear a mask," and blah, 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 blah. And he makes it all about himself. Love you, Tim, but come on, dude. Come on, bro. It'd be nice if we didn't live in that kind of world where our federal fucking ICE agents didn't have to worry about their safety off the job, didn't have to worry about crazy terrorists firebombing their home or fucking harassing their kids as they walk to school. But we do live in that world. So yeah. Yeah, it's weird. Tim's like, "Oh, I can't wear a mask, and I'm going to retire actually now because my life's in danger." And it's like, well, Tim, you always find a way to make it all about you, bro. It's fucking weird how that, it's like, it's a skill. It really is. It's a skill set at a certain point to just take every fucking news item and be like, "Oh, it's actually about me." It's like, okay. Anyway, I love Tim. Shout out Tim.
You know, we knew when the investigation got launched, the Democrats attacking us, that they'd flip out and that they would reveal themselves in the Justice Department who came out and said, "Pull the investigations on Jones." You see, we're the ones playing chess while they play checkers. And so our enemies think they're invincible, sit back and laugh. But this isn't like Trump charged with things he never did, and the public woke up and his mugshot that made his approval rating go up. These are real crimes against American people, and they want it. It's the right thing to do, so they can never reconstitute, do it again. And you're going to see the Republicans win 20, 30, 50 seats in the House, 5, 6, 7, 10 seats in the Senate.
Okay, well, remember what he just said. I hope he's right. Because I do think there is, one side is definitely worse, okay? Play both of you could do, both sides, the left and right. One side is definitely worse, and that's my opinion. I could be wrong. But it's an informed opinion from life experience. It's not like I'm just making this up out of the blue. We'll see. We'll see if this is another correct prediction from Alex. You know what they say, Alex Jones is always right. Not always. He's been wrong. I've caught him being wrong, but he usually ends up correcting himself when he's wrong and finding his way to the right position. President Trump says he spoke to the leader of Somalia and suggested he take back Ilhan Omar. That's a pretty good idea. I think that's a good idea, to be honest. But the Somali leader said, "No, we don't want her." We got to listen to this. She's pretty fucking terrible. And it seems like they have actual evidence now that she did marry her brother and she committed immigration fraud. If that's the case, then yeah, she needs to be stripped of everything and sent fucking back home, bro.
Yes, please.
In my humble opinion.
Jasmine Crockett. Remember what I said? Is she a relation to the late, great Davy Crockett? I don't think so. Jasmine Crockett, let me tell you, before you even ask, she's a very low IQ person. I mean, if we ever had to pass an aptitude test, that's the one should take one because she shouldn't even be in the crowd. So I have no idea what you're going to, but I don't think we should waste our time. This is a low IQ person who I can't even believe is a congressperson. Between her and Ilhan Omar and the group. I met the head of Somalia. Did you know that? And I suggested that maybe he'd like to take her back, and he didn't want her. He said, "I don't want her." Okay, what else? Go ahead. Let's hear what Crockett said. Go ahead.
She compared ICE raids to slave patrol. I want to ask you.
To slave?
To slave patrol. I want to ask you.
It's this is their whole thing. Oh, they're just kidnapping people off the street. There's no due process. This is your fault. You're the ones that decided you want to have sanctuary cities and ignore the fucking federal laws. And well, this is a sanctuary. We're not going to follow federal law. You created this fucking problem. You should have followed federal law. You should have enforced immigration law, and we wouldn't have this problem. And if you came into this country illegally, there is no trial. There's nothing. There's no trial unless you kill somebody or you commit a crime like that. But if you're here provably illegally, you cross the border illegally, there's no fucking anything. Just you go back. That's it. You get to go back home. My God, how terrible is that? But yeah, they want to make this into some fucking, oh, it's the ISIS as a terrorist, and they're just kidnapping people off the streets, and they had no due process. It's like they broke the law. They came into our country illegally. You don't believe in borders. This is not an open border country, and it's your fault because you wanted to defy federal law, and you wanted to have sanctuary cities so that you could have a voter base that would be loyal to you to keep you in power. You fucked around, and now you're finding out. But now they're going to turn everybody into like this fucking dumbass dude in Dallas who tried to shoot at ICE and ended up killing 2 actual detainees. So this fucking terrorist, his whole goal was to terrorize ICE, and all he did was kill 2 of the people he's trying to stand up for. Fucking wow. Smart guy there. This, guys, hey, left, maybe you can figure it out now. That shit isn't going to work. Stop being idiots, okay? Stop being idiots.
If you think that there should be consequences for members of Congress who make these types of comparisons or use
Yeah,
this as
well, I think she's gone over the line, and I think a lot of the people, look, the Democrats have become radical left lunatics. They have policies that nobody's going to buy. And, I see what's going on in New York. We're going to have perhaps a communist mayor because it's split up. If the people would get together and have one candidate, they'd have, I think, a pretty good chance. But looks like maybe they're not going to do that. But we're going to end up with a communist mayor. It's not even believable, my beautiful New York.
Is he really going to win? He's running against Andrew Cuomo, right? I just have a hard time believing Domini, whatever the fuck his name is. I have a hard time believing he'll win. Are the people of New York that fucking dumb? They're going to fall for the oldest fucking grift of all time, communism? Are they really going to fall for it? Or if they do, I mean, well, you get what's coming to you, dude. You get what's coming to you for being fucking stupid. And maybe that's what it'll take for some of these people to learn. I don't know. It's fucking mind-boggling.
Left New York to become president. It was a great place, but it was the beginning of bad things because we had de Blasio. I just started as mayor, and I said, this guy's a real nut job. Went to Harvard to teach management. Can you believe it? He went to Harvard to teach city management along with the mayor of Chicago, who went to Harvard to teach. The 2 of them are teaching how to manage a city manage it into hell is what they do. But that was the beginning, and now we're going to go a step further. Now we're going with the communists. Can I be honest? I think it's the greatest thing to ever happen to the Republican Party. I really do. I think if a communist takes over New York City, I think that's a gift to the Republican Party. It's sad for New York, but it's a gift. And New York will recover because, sometimes you need a shock like that to straighten you out.
Well, that's a positive look. We'll see. I don't know. Not too many things recover very well after communism. Tends to take a long time to recover after all of your wealth and all of your production is just sapped out of your fucking country. Because that's what it is. Communism is the greatest scheme to rob a whole country of everything. It's the greatest con. Like, you have like insurance fraud, you have all that shit. You want to con an entire country and rob an entire country? Communism. That's really what happens at the end of the day. So, let's hope these people aren't that fucking stupid, bro. Let's hope. But unfortunately, people are pretty fucking stupid. James Comey has been charged with obstruction of justice and perjury charges. Stay down.
Welcome back. Breaking right now. Tonight, a major update to a story we brought to you earlier in the hour. A grand jury has just handed down an...
I don't know, every one of these clips is so fucking low, bro. Let me just turn this up even more. Jesus Christ.
Indictment for former FBI Director James Comey. The Justice Department accuses Comey of lying to Congress while under oath back in 2020. Let's bring in David Spunt with all the breaking details. David, what can you tell us?
Well, Jillian, we are waiting to get the actual details of the indictment. We're just told that an indictment has been handed up against the former FBI Director, James Comey. So I don't want to speculate on the actual charges yet until I see the paper in hand. That's the only responsible thing to do. But we know that James Comey, the former FBI Director, has been indicted. We're waiting to see if there's any sort of comment from the Justice Department.
They got some weird looking fucking anchors on Fox, man. What's going on? Look like fucking robots, bro. Fucking robot anchors, dude. What's going on there? Spocko, what's up, brother?
Spocko super chatted $1.99. Call it the J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah, we could call it that.
Corn Pop _82 super chatted $5. I'll be Charlie Chaplin for Halloween. Just saying.
Hell
Smiley face emoji.
Yeah. And when people say that's the Hitler stash, you go, no, this is the Chaplin stash, bitch.
Spocko super chatted $1.99. Trying communism is like me trying meth.
I don't know. At least meth, you'll feel pretty fucking good for a while until you get really addicted, and then you start seeing demons in the corner of your eye, and you start acting like BJ Penn. But at least you'll have, I guess it is a lot like communism, because you'll have a good like first couple of months before it all just fucking comes crumbling down. Everything just comes crumbling down around you. So that's a good comparison. That's a pretty good comparison. Thank you for the super chats, guys. What did we have next here? So yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Hopefully something will stick. Comey, who once hinted at the assassination of President Trump, he put 86 Trump. He wrote that like in the sand, or somebody wrote it and he took a picture of it or something like that. Again, that's a little bit of a, maybe he means assassination, but if you say 86 Trump, an argument could be made that you're just saying just to get rid of Trump, vote him out. So that's a little bit of, we got to be fair.
My family and I have known for years that there are costs to standing.
All right, let me turn it back down now. Yeah, all these low clips and then all these fucking loud clips. I love the internet. I love it. People are like, can you equalize the volume? It's like, what? The internet doesn't equalize the volume, so what am I supposed to do? I try. I fucking lower the gain and pick up the gain. I do everything I can. But unfortunately, the internet volume is all over the place.
Up to Donald Trump. But we couldn't imagine ourselves living any other way. We will not live on our knees, and you shouldn't either. Somebody that I love dearly recently said that fear is the tool of a tyrant, and she's right. But I'm not afraid, and I hope you're not either. I hope
these videos he makes are so fucking weird, bro.
Instead, you are engaged, you are paying attention, and you will vote like your beloved country depends upon it, which it does. My heart is broken for the Department of Justice, but I have great confidence in the federal judicial system, and I'm innocent. So
let's hear that again. I don't know if I buy that.
But I have great confidence in the federal judicial system, and I'm innocent.
I don't buy that. I don't know. Like his whole demeanor was one way, and then as soon as he says, and I'm innocent, it's like his whole demeanor, like the tone of his voice, everything changes. I think you would have failed a fucking lie detector test on that one, buddy.
So let's have a trial.
Let's do it. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens, but I'm not going to lose any sleep over Comey, dude. Fuck that guy. FBI, yeah, okay, some more stuff about Tyler Robinson. FBI caught lying about Tyler Robinson as shooter. Oh, of course, it's Candace Owens. And it's like, everybody's going, well, you're so stupid, you believe the original story? You guys have a different story every day. It's a different conspiracy. Oh, he shot from the back, he shot from the front, he shot from the side. Oh, it was a fucking explosive microphone battery or something that shot a projectile out. And then you got like Stu Peters out there pointing at random people in the crowd like he's the one that pulled the detonator that killed Charlie Kirk. Just some fucking random innocent guy in the crowd. And then you're like, oh, he's the one that killed Charlie Kirk. That's him pushing the detonator, right? It's like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? You might be right. The original, the story we're being told might have, might not be the actual story. You could be right, but you guys have lost your fucking mind. You're not helping your cases. It's still early too. Like the FBI, they're not going to release everything. And what happens if eventually the FBI does release everything? And they released the video of him getting shooting from the rooftop, which everyone says it must be on video. What happens when more comes out that shows that actually it was Tyler Robinson? Are you guys gonna go, oh, all was wrong, or are you just gonna keep doubling, tripling down? It's like way too early to be putting yourself this far out on a fucking ledge, dude. In my opinion.
I want to remind you guys, we should take a look at their current case against Tyler Robinson to see if we should accept this narrative, because currently there is absolutely no video which shows Tyler Robinson firing the weapon or even taking aim at Charlie Kirk. In fact, the individual who filmed the footage of the shooter on the roof, the lone video that exists of the shooter on the roof, also told me that he doesn't think that Tyler Robinson is the guy. So how's that going to work for an eyewitness account? When he reported the shooter on the roof to Utah on the campus, he was clear that the person was wearing an entirely different outfit than the ones that they're currently trying to claim that Tyler wore on that day. Remember, Tyler was just supposed to be wearing a t-shirt and some jeans. He says no, he was in tactical gear. The person that I saw was
Somebody put failed actress. Wonton Willie. That's kind of funny to me because I think I know what you're talking about. There's used to be, I think it's still up, Explore Talent, right? She has a page on Explore Talent. I'm telling you, I'm old enough. I remember Explore Talent. Everybody, look, you guys might not realize this in the 2000s and the 90s. Everybody wanted to be an actor. Everybody grew up wanting to be an actor. And anybody could go to Explore Talent and sign up and put a profile in there. And it was useless. You wouldn't get any work from it. Maybe somebody got work from it, but people just thought they had the idea. If I sign up an Explore Talent account, ooh, the Hollywood agents will find me and maybe I'll get some auditions and blah, 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 blah. Everybody did it, dude. You go back to people that from her generation or my generation, you'll find like everybody had a fucking Explore Talent. Not everybody, but basically everybody had an Explore Talent account because they all had a dream of being some famous fucking actor. But then people use that like, oh, she's an actress. She's really an actress. Ooh, she's bought and paid for. But it's like, no, she just, like everybody else as a kid was like, oh, let me create an Explore Talent account and maybe I'll get some fucking, I'll be discovered and become famous. But it's just weird because people now don't know what Explore Talent is. People see that now and they think it's like, no, it's like, it was like early Facebook for people that wanted to be an actor.
was in tactical gear.
But yeah, I mean, whatever.
Downton reported one individual that was shot.
So this is the video of the guy that was on the roof. I think they're trying to claim this is the shooter or this was Tyler Robinson. And yeah, I mean, you really can't tell what he's wearing.
Known where the shooter went.
It's just a blob, dude.
And let's be advised, UVU in Aura.
But that's the thing now. The actual shooter wasn't wearing what Tyler Robinson was wearing. Didn't have the same gun. Or was there a second person?
Is going to be wearing all black, long gun, black tactical helmet, a black mask, possibly wearing a tactical vest and jeans. Maybe the CS building is just east of the library. He's wearing jeans, black shirt, black mask, long rifle.
Into UVU.
I wish we had more. I mean, dude, there is a point where the FBI should release a little more. Like if they have footage of the guy shooting, just release it. Just release it. Somebody said like that would actually fucking hurt their case because like, well, it wouldn't hurt the case. It would be like, I think not fair to Tyler Robinson because then if people saw the video of him shooting, then the bias would be, he wouldn't be able to get a fair trial. There's a lot of like details to why some of this shit won't get released until trial. Because to me, it's like, shouldn't, we kind of wait till we have, like if nothing else comes out in a year from now, like when the trial happens, if we don't get more footage and more evidence and we don't see how the prosecution has come to all of its conclusions and what evidence makes them come, I'll be really suspicious at that point. But it's like, it's 2 weeks into it. Like you're kind of jumping the gun, in my opinion. But, I don't know.
There
Maybe I'm
was
the
one
idiot.
shot.
It's always possible.
We are staging at the front of the school by the roundabout.
Is on top of the building on the far north side, just east of the library, wearing jeans, black shirt, black vest. We are regional currently.
Other victims. Break all incoming units. You guys can cancel. We just have the one victim.
Also, that eyewitness told me that gun doesn't even match what I saw. And like I said, this individual definitively has experience with guns. He teaches people how to fire guns. So according to him and what he observed, if he's going to be brought into this court case that they're saying they want to, they want to bring charges against Tyler, he's going to testify and say, no, that doesn't look like the gun. That doesn't look like the person. So how's this going to work? Also, according to the individual that told me this regarding the feds.
Yeah, but you're acting like there's not going to be more evidence that corroborates that Tyler Robinson was the shooter. you act like everything we have right now is it. That's it. It's everything. Like the FBI doesn't have fingerprints, can't do the ballistics on the gun, can't match the gun to the bullet fired. Like there's so much more shit that's going to come out. But yeah, I get it. Nobody wants to believe anything the government tells them. Okay, I get that. But all right.
Trying to push for this case closure.
Maybe it was the fucking aliens, It's possible.
The feds don't even have any footage that explains how exactly the rifle in particular got onto the roof. That stuns me. That's stunning information, right? Because all we have is, in the indictment, he dropped onto the roof at 12:15 p.m. Tyler Robinson just dropped onto the roof. I guess in our minds, we assumed on the basis of the picture that they released the sole picture or set of pictures from the same moment of him walking up the stairs. We assumed that he, like I said, stanky-legged it, the whole stanky leg all the way up onto the rooftop. That was our perception. But
the thing I'm hearing, like somebody said this on the last podcast I did, and I don't know if this has been corroborated or where he heard this, but essentially the rifle was, in his ass. He shoved the rifle up his ass. No, it was like in his pants, but on his back, so that like the part of the rifle could stick up over his back, but also be blocked by the backpack on his back. Because clearly at the beginning, like the photos we saw of him walking and limping, he clearly was trying to just have it down his leg, and I don't think that was working. I think after walking like a block like that, or however far he walked, he was like, I need to figure out a new way to do this. So maybe he did move it to his back and then use the backpack to kind of cover part of the rifle sticking up from his ass. Or maybe he just shoved it up his ass. Maybe that dude's might have a very huge loose asshole. I mean, some of the objects people can get in their ass are a little insane. I don't know. But, I need to see more evidence. If like it's a year from now and they start prosecuting him and this is still all the evidence we got, I'm going to be very, very suspicious of it. But I mean, what if the FBI has all this shit and then all of a sudden, here's the video of him making the shot. Here's all the fucking evidence and the forensics. And it's like, are you going to be like, oh, sorry, I guess I was wrong? Or probably not. You're just going to continue to not believe it.
It turns out, according to my source, they don't know how the rifle got onto the roof. That's interesting. How are we bringing this to trial? Now, regarding the bullet, the source says that it was too fragmented to match Tyler's rifle, so they don't have even the bullet. And let us not forget that Tyler himself has not confessed to anything. And that part also didn't make sense. They said they brought him in. Bill Ackman puts up $1 million.
Well, if you're ignoring the text messages, which you guys want to ignore that because to you they're fake, which could be fake, could be a setup to cover for somebody, or it could be a deep state fake the fucking text messages, but you're ignoring those text messages so that you can continue on with your narrative. It's like very convenient just to go, oh, well, that's fake, so I'm not going to, it's fake. I don't believe it. It's fake. Okay, well, I don't believe what you're saying either then.
Tyler's dad.
You're supposed to believe your source, and then just this interview you did with this fucking eyewitness, which, by the way, eyewitness accounts are very fucking problematic. Eyewitnesses see things, incorrectly all the time, get details wrong all the time, and he's looking at this dude all the way up, and from the video, it's just a fucking black smudge on top of a roof. You can't make out shit, and he knew exactly everything. Maybe there was more he saw of this guy that wasn't on camera. That's possible.
Gets the sheriff friend to come over, and they say he did it, and the police come and they bring him in. They bring Tyler Robinson in, but Tyler Robinson doesn't confess. So how did you arrest him? Does that make sense? How could you make an arrest if you didn't have a confession? You would have to have evidence, and the evidence can't be trust my dad, bro. You can't, if I just bring in a random person.
The boyfriend who is cooperating, the text messages, you're just ignoring that part because you're like, oh, they're not real. They're fake. No one really talks like that. Therefore, they're fake.
And if I say, oh, look, Skylar just committed this crime, and Skylar says, no, I didn't, and he doesn't confess, the police can't just make an arrest. You can just arrest Skylar. Nothing is making sense.
You don't want it to make sense. You don't want it to make sense.
At all. It has not made sense from the very
beginning.
Don't do it,
Carrie.
Okay.
Don't do it.
And that's because the feds are involved. And I believe the feds know exactly what happened. In fact, I don't think it's a stretch of imagination when we examine history to assume that they maybe even had some foreknowledge. Not everybody, obviously, because some people are trying to get the information out and are trying to figure out what happened. But we know that there are people that are a part of that apparatus.
What I want is an O.J. Simpson style trial. That's what I want. I want a trial, not where the guy, not because Simpson was not guilty. No, I want an O.J. Simpson trial where everything is everything's can be watched. The whole trial is open to the public. It's recorded. I want that. And I want to see all the evidence in the trial. I want to see everything. That's what I want. But right now, I'm supposed to make all these fucking conclusions when clearly the FBI is not releasing everything. You think the FBI is just releasing everything they have? Oh, guys, we got to give it all to Candace. Everything we have, we got to give it to Ian, Carol, and Kent. No, they're putting a case together. And we'll see. And if it stinks, I'll admit it fucking stinks. But we're just jumping the gun here.
Who are terrible human beings, who we do not want ruling over us, and yet they do. So I'm just curious how exactly they believe they are going to convict Tyler Robinson on this. Oh, you know what? It's probably the Discord messages. I forgot, silly me. The Discord, I forgot he was so explicit. How could we forget? Oh, Lance, wherefore art thou, Lance? Deny thy father and refuse thy name? And if thou wilt not, Lance, the bullet, me, my handprints, it was me. It was me, my love. I did everything. I carved it. Do you remember, my love, when I was carving the bullets? Yes. Exactly this time is when I did it. And these are the reasons, my MAGA daddy, my love, thou wilt not, my love.
The sole pursuit. There's no way to categorize what they're doing other than fucking speculation. Okay? So you want to pretend like their fucking speculation is I'm supposed to just buy every little speculative thing that every fucking crazy theory they come up with every day, the new theories, this theory, that theory. I'm supposed to buy it. And if I don't buy their speculation and just, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? It's so stupid. It's so stupid, dude. Like, let's wait till more comes out. Let's see what the case is that the feds have against this guy. Stop pretending like you have all the fucking answers when you don't. You're just speculating wildly out of your ass.
Cool story. Very cool story, feds. Kind of feeling like Tyler's going to get off because they've got really nothing but prints. And from my sources, it's not the only set of prints that are on that gun. In fact, the only thing that I have heard that made sense, which did not come from our government, did not come from the feds, did not come from the Utah government, but rather from the people that are on the ground who believe that actually Tyler was just told to walk and drop off his gun at a neighboring house. That for some reason.
This kid is that dumb.
And just feels like that might be honest. And that was how he...
Everything but this kid actually did it, right? Like, I don't know, maybe the kid didn't. I'm waiting to see what the case is. I'm waiting to see all of the evidence, okay? That's what I'm waiting for. And I have no reason to fucking not believe the evidence right now. I don't. I have no reason not to believe the text messages. I have no reason not to believe the FBI. Okay, they're terrible. They did this. They did that. They cover things up. Yes. Okay, but in this case, you still have to wait for the evidence and what the whole picture is, and we don't have it. We don't have it, unfortunately. But okay, whatever, dude. Some people. What a good freeze frame right there. Ooh, she's really being. That's the look of an honest person right there. My God, how far do her eyes go to the right? And my eyes go that far to the right? I mean, I think she's an alien, bro. I think she's a fucking alien. What's going on with her eyes, dude? What is going on? What do we got next here? Oh yeah, this one was pretty funny. Jillian Michaels and Anna Kasparian got into a little cat fight. It was pretty hot, to be honest. It was pretty hot. Let's check this out. Of course, it's
who
over.
Used to work for the Iran-backed newspaper Al Akbar in
Isn't he
Beirut and
also
contributed
Jewish?
to Al Jazeera.
He is, yeah.
I mean,
Why is it
so-
every time we track down a lie, we end up finding people connected to Qatar or Iran?
There's no proof
behind
this
it?
ever happened.
So
None.
Wait, how does that debunk the
So, yeah,
fact
so he
that...
just read
Okay,
it. and
where's
then-
your proof that $150 million was offered from Bibi Netanyahu?
No, I'm referring...
Where is
Wait,
the proof?
please do not get
No, because I didn't want to cover this, and you guys insisted. And I
Because
told
that's
you,
what the
you cover
marketplace
this
is
shit,
talking
I'm going to
about.
rip you apart. Where is the proof?
We're not
that
saying
Bibi
that it happened.
Netanyahu
We're really
offered
not
Charlie
saying that it
$150 million.
Jillian,
Okay, so we're not. Okay, so
what we're
conversely,
reporting on is
now
people
there is
in the
this-
marketplace, what they're saying. This is a discussion that's happening literally everywhere.
See, this show's already better than The View. 10 seconds into this show, it's already better than The View. Yeah, this needs to be the new panel for The View, right here.
We would be remiss if we didn't
It's
cover it
a
to
week
debunk
old,
it.
this conversation.
It's still,
Over
I mean,
a week.
it's still
That
pretty prevalent.
is a week old.
It's still going on, Jillian.
Okay, well, nevertheless, where is the proof that actually
Jillian,
happened?
I just said, according to this guy's reporting, he was offered $150 million.
Okay,
that was
and
also
also corroborated by Candace?
It was corroborated by Candace, and not only that, by Nick.
And also Matt
okay, because
Gaetz,
that's, listen, I like Candace. She has, people from his own team have said he has not seen her in years.
And yet last year they were on tour together. Last year they were on tour together. So that debunked that
Wait, if
instantly.
you want
That
to talk about
completely
people on
debunked
his
that.
team,
time they've been on camera together.
You're right. Someone says she still looks like she did on The Biggest Loser. Yeah, she still looks good. I mean, I don't know. She's got to be pretty old. Isn't she a lesbian, though? That always pissed me off. It's like, damn. Nothing makes me angrier when, like, good-looking women are lesbians. If you're like a fat cow, you know, you look like a fucking linebacker, I don't give a shit. Be a lesbian. But if you're pretty, that really hurts me when you're a lesbian.
Andrew, his press.
No, it was last year.
Hold on,
They have a
Andrew,
tour
that
posted
guy
together.
was on
So
tape. Guys,
everybody
let's
on
calm
his
down.
team
Let's just calm down
has
for a second.
subsequently said this is not true.
No, they
His
never.
pastor,
They actually.
Colvin,
they
Eric Bolling, all of them are like, yeah.
Okay, Eric Bolling hasn't. Eric Bolling thought that he had 2 daughters. Okay, so I'm not going to.
Okay, Andrew Colvin. The narrative is not true.
Andrew said,
Charlie has a cordial relationship with Ackman. There's no black,
also,
no
he
intervention.
said,
Nothing like what Candace is suggesting.
That same Andrew said that
Okay.
Candace and Charlie remained friends. I just want to make
He's
sure.
saying this is not true.
But they were literally touring together last year.
Nothing like what Candace is suggesting. What does it have to do with their
what
friendship?
does it have to do with you? Just
What
said
does that have to do with their friendship? He's
Julie,
saying
you're
what
so-
Candace is
I can't
suggesting.
engage with you if you don't
He's
calm
saying
down.
what Candace is suggesting is not true.
He's talking about her suggesting Israel killed him. We're talking
Right,
about
yes.
the 100. Please do not conflate the two. Because
Okay,
they're completely
well,
distinct.
unilaterally across the board now, we've got multiple accusations that all pile up to the same exact.
It is a little weird. Like, they keep saying, well, we're not saying Israel killed him, but yet the whole Charlie Kirk conversation, you're constantly trying to move it to be about Israel. It's like, okay, we get it. Yeah, Israel had Charlie Kirk was kind of changing his views. He didn't like Netanyahu. He was suspicious about I think it was the 6-hour stand down allegedly on October 7th, which obviously that's fucking weird, right? Like the most secure fucking border in the world, the most secure fucking, and 6 hours and it takes for you. That's what I heard. 6 hours. I forget the exact time frame, but it took them a long time to respond to the attack on October 7th. A suspiciously long time to respond. But yeah, what, you know, you keep saying it's not about, we're not saying Israel killed him, but it sure sounds like that's what you're saying. Because why else would you make his death? Every fucking conversation always comes back to Israel. That's fine though. I mean, I don't have a problem with it, but it seems like a little bit of, it doesn't seem like you're being 100% honest.
No, I think it's the furries. It's the furries. I think it's the furries. But a lot of people.
I don't know, and I don't look.
There's
for those who are
zero
saying
evidence to suggest none.
Okay, you're saying
guys.
Can we just
Even
stop for
Dave
a second?
Smith
This is ridiculous.
This is absurd.
Like this whole thing is ridiculous. There are two things being conflated right now. There are conspiracy theorists who think Israel killed Charlie Kirk. They have yet to provide a shred of evidence proving that. Done. End
We're
of
not
story.
talking about that.
I am talking about something entirely
talking
different.
about
no,
that.
we're not. Hold on.
you
Let
were
me
talking
finish
about
my
that.
fucking thought.
This is getting spicy, bro. I hope they keep doing this show. I'm telling you, they need to fire all the dumbasses on The View, and this needs to be the new panel. I like this Asian chick, by the way.
Okay,
She's nice.
the real issue here is that before most people even knew that Charlie Kirk was dead, you have Netanyahu giving multiple interviews talking about how, using the fucking moment for his own political purposes, like the fucking ghoul that he is.
I agree. It was a bad look. It was a bad look, trying to make it all about themselves. I agree. That was a bad look.
Let me finish my point.
Him killing Charlie Kirk.
Did I not just
said that.
I literally
Okay, so now we're just gonna make
let
a
me finish
sidebar
my
to-
point, Jillian, because none of us can finish the damn point without someone else jumping down your throat. I don't think that
I know a lot of people that would love to jump down your throat. You know what I'm saying? A little gargle. Just kidding.
Israel
Nope,
killed him
that's
'cause there's no
terrible. I apologize for saying that.
evidence of that. But I had a
apologize.
problem with Netanyahu exploiting an assassination in this country for his own political means and purposes and lying about the nature of his relationship with Charlie Kirk. Because Charlie Kirk didn't like Netanyahu, just like any warm-blooded American shouldn't. Netanyahu is a bad guy. And he wanted to make it seem like, no, we were all great. We were good. We had a great relationship.
He is pretty terrible. He's like, to me, like the George Bush of Israel. I don't know. I don't know if who are the other options though, you know? So apparently he's like the right, the Netanyahu represents the right in Israel, right? So everybody that hates Netanyahu, okay, well then we're gonna get a liberal, you know, progressive Israel, and they're gonna be better. I don't know, but this shit has gone on way too fucking long, dude. It's just like, come on, all right, let's put a stop to this, okay? Let's put a stop to it. Let's stop the killing.
Little did we know behind the scenes,
I don't
there
know
was a
how
lot
every
of pressure
show
toward
ends up
Netanyahu.
being about how do we bash Israel. This is not for me. I am not interested in this.
Okay,
I love
I
you
know.
guys. I'm sorry.
Let's be good.
I
Let's
have
be good
zero
about precious
interest
Israel. Let the
in
country
fucking
committing a
every show
genocide.
doing
Yeah.
this.
Okay.
Zero. I think you guys are great. I fundamentally disagree with you about like every show doing this. I'm sorry.
Cool. So can
Yeah, but you shouldn't walk off the show. This is good fucking TV. This is good TV, bro. We finally get a show where some women are willing to fucking go at it. Some good looking women, by the way. You know, not bad to look at. Not some 70-year-old fucking hyenas that all just, you know, repeat each other. And you walk off? That's an L. That's an L. I cannot forgive you for that. Have the fucking heated debates. That's what we're here for, okay?
Can we continue the conversation?
Let's
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Wow. Okay, guys. So, again, to clarify,
But I think this is Jillian's show. I think Jillian's like put this show together.
I don't think
Yeah, it's an L
Israel
for
did
sure.
it. And you know, want to know what's crazy is the person who is labeled the #1 anti-Semite out there, who has been anti-Semitic for the last 10 years, Nicholas Fuentes, has come out and said there is no evidence that suggests that Israel did it. And that's actually what I was literally just about to show.
No one on the
So-
show is saying that.
We can play that, please, really quick. Guys, thank you.
They say that
Jesus
Charlie
Christ,
Kirk
man.
was offered an infusion of $150
I've never met a group of
million
people more sensitive than those who defend Israel at any and all costs.
Ooh, cat fight. I wonder if this show, that's it for the show. I think there's they followed up here. So Jillian Michaels, or whatever the fuck her name is, she went on and talked about this. But Anna said in response, let's play the clip first and then we'll read Anna's response.
You knew I wasn't cool with it. You knew I wasn't comfortable. You misled me about how you were going to represent it. And I'm out.
Netanyahu is a bad guy. And he wanted to make it seem like, no, we were all great. We were good. We had a great relationship. Little did we know behind the scenes,
I don't
there
know
was a
how
lot
every
of pressure
show
toward
ends up
we see this
being
part
about
already.
how do we bash.
I know. Yeah.
Your thing.
I'm sorry.
Cool.
This is going to be a touchy thing that happened a couple days ago, right? I saw your thing, and I saw Anna's
No,
response.
I'm happy to talk about that.
And it seems
pertaining
like
to-
yeah,
I will
freedom of
happily
speech
discuss that with
thing.
you. Let's discuss that. So let me be very clear. I'm responsible for the content on that show. PBD was like, you are responsible. And
Oh, is that a PBD show? Is that Patrick Bet David put them all together? You got to figure out how to keep them fighting, but not walking off. Like you want them fighting, but not walking off. Jillian, come on. You got to realize, like, this is what people are tuning in for. They want these heated debates. They want to see you bitches get mad, get angry, start yelling at each other, maybe even a little cat fight. You know, don't walk off, attack. I mean, if you get to the point where you're going to walk off, no, just go and like grab her and throw her to the ground and wrestle. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. It's an L, Jillian. It's an L for
so
you.
at this point, I was saying,
lady.
guys, you know, this has been covered a week ago. This is the first day of Rosh Hashanah. We're going to look like assholes doing this literally the day after they buried the man there are plenty of things to focus on. You know, the gun being disassembled, like what's weird about the text messages, this guy who was apparently at 9/11.
Right.
You want to focus on that. And they insisted on doing it.
Yeah, I like Jillian Michaels, but I'm just saying, I'm going to call it as I see it. It was an L for her to walk off.
Them insisted on
She should have stayed.
And then when
and
Lindy and
debated
Amy
the
tried to
points.
make the case for it, I was appropriately stunned because I had completely contradictory conversations. And as mentioned, when Anna came out, because I said, I do not want another show that just bashes Israel. This is not the time. And she's like, no. There's no evidence for this. Absolutely. You say that. I was like, I think this endangers Jewish people. I think this is irresponsible. By all means, Jill, say that.
Can you separate out, do you think you can separate out Israel from Jewish culture,
For me,
religion?
personally, of course. I actually think a healthy criticism of Netanyahu and his party, that is totally
different,
justified
Yeah.
and different. I also think a healthy criticism of October 7th. And
Yeah, but she didn't say, Anna didn't say the Jews. Anna said Israel, she said Netanyahu. Anna didn't make the mistake of just being like, the Jews. She was specific with her language. So that's not a very good response to me.
you know,
The stuff that Charlie was talking
all
about.
of the things that, right, is, but where is the balance?
I think Anna is one of these good faith people who
I think
who are
Anna-
not pointing towards Jewish people. They're pointing towards like a government that's
I
acting
think
in a,
Anna has gone down a rabbit hole a little bit.
But I wouldn't bring it up if I bring up a segment and says there's no credibility to this, then I shouldn't be bringing it up. I would only bring it up and say, hey, I think this is something to look at here, guys.
As mentioned, she comes out and she's like, okay, there's no evidence, but Netanyahu's disgusting and look at the way he responds. And I was like, we're done. I'm done. Do you feel like
He is pretty fucking shitty, to be honest. You know, and why are you so uncomfortable with attacking Netanyahu, a politician? Attacking Netanyahu is not attacking all Jews, which, you know, Netanyahu likes to hide behind that shit. Anytime you criticize Israel, it's like, oh, they're just all anti-Semitic. It's like, no, she didn't come out and say the Jews. She came out and said Israel. She said Netanyahu. I don't know. I think thou do protest too much, Jillian.
you could work with these people again?
But the show's not done, right?
I don't actually know. To be dead honest with you, I won't be participating.
Oh, well, it's okay. We can get a younger, hotter chick. Let's get a younger, hotter chick. I mean, the Anna and the other two, it's good. It's a great panel. We just one more hotter chick, who's spicy. You know, maybe like a Tommy Lurin or some shit. You know, I don't know, how's Tommy doing these days. I haven't seen her in a while. Yeah, well, Jillian, you're not cut out for this. Get back to working out, lady. I'm just kidding. I like her. I do like her. She's smart. She's got a lot of great opinions about shit, but you know, that's what you're there for. Debate the fucking topic, and you know, unfortunately, that's what people want to hear about right now because of the war in Gaza. A lot of people think it's a genocide. That's a topic a lot of people want to see discussed. And if Israel doesn't want to have so much attention and so many people discussing Israel, maybe they should calm the fuck down and, you know, stop the shit they're doing and figure out another way to go about combating Hamas terrorism than the way they're doing it right now. Because it's not working very well. Doesn't seem to be working. So yeah, and then Anna responded to this. Not only did no one insinuate that Israel killed Kirk, it was repeated that none of us thought so over and over and over again. She had a problem with Americans on an American show criticizing Israel. As long as my country borrows money and continues to blow up our debt to pay for Israel's endless multi-front wars, I will air my thoughts and whenever and however I want. Ooh, we need to get these two in the ring. We need to get these two. I don't know, Jillian would probably kick Anna's ass because you know Jillian, she's a workout freak. She's in great shape. I'm sure she probably does some boxing on the side as well. Anna, you need to start training. We need to get you on the next Jake Paul fucking celebrity boxing event. I don't know, but I thought that was pretty feisty. This right here is one of the dumbest trends of all fucking time. Okay? Trump came out, said Tylenol has this possibility that if you take Tylenol while you're pregnant, you could be causing problems for your baby. That could be part of what's causing autism and blah, 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 blah. there's a link between Tylenol and autism, especially with pregnant women. And what did a lot of these leftist women do? Pregnant leftist women. What did they do? Oh, geez, I wonder. This one's actually a doctor, if I understand right. It says, doing my civic duty as a pregnant woman and taking Tylenol because this administration is a joke. Okay. That poor baby. That poor baby. You got a mom that hates Trump so much. Dude, could you even imagine though? Like, think of it like you're a baby inside of a stomach. Okay? You're in the stomach, just waiting for food to drop down. And you get a fucking halfway dissolved Tylenol pill dropped into your fucking mouth? Have you ever tasted what those things taste like? It's fucking disgusting. Have you ever like got a chewable or whatever and accidentally bit into it instead of swallowing it? Or like you had it in your mouth too long before you could get your water and it started dissolving in your mouth and you could taste the flavor of the Tylenol? Imagine what that's like for a baby, because you're not getting the coated Tylenol pill that just goes down. You're getting the powder. So that baby's sitting there and it's like, oh, dude. I wonder if that's how it works. I don't know. I'm not an expert. But I imagine it must not taste great for the baby. Ugh. These people are fucking crazy, bro. I'm pregnant and I have a headache. By the way, Tylenol is the worst for headaches. Tylenol does not even work on headaches. Like for me, Tylenol is useless. Fucking useless. Take some fucking ibuprofen or some Advil. That shit works immediately.
She don't know what she doing. This bitch is giving it out. What the hell? Girl said wham in a circle.
Is it just me? Tylenol sucks ass when it comes to getting rid of my headaches. It really sucks.
Even if love make a jump like a heart.
Okay, we'll stop playing this because she's got that stupid ass music in the background. Congratulations, you listen to terrible music. Congratulations, and you don't care about the health of your baby. Congratulations, Person of the Year. Give her an award. She's a fucking genius. We got geniuses out here, people.
28 weeks pregnant. You know what I'm gonna take? Some Tylenol.
I bet you she didn't even have a headache. She's just doing this to own Trump. She didn't even need to take it. She didn't get into an accident and have all kinds of fucking pain. She's just like, I'm just gonna prove that Trump's an idiot by putting my baby at risk.
Minifin. It's gonna work like a charm, and my baby won't have autism.
Fast forward 10 years later, she's got an autistic kid. I mean, would that not be fucking just imagine that. Imagine 10 years later, she ends up having an actual autistic kid and she knows she did this. I hope her baby does not get autism because these people are pissing me off, bro. These people are pissing me off. That's congratulations. You just own Trump. You just defeated Trump. Trump's no longer president because you took Tylenol. The world's saved from Nazis because you took Tylenol. Congratulations. You're so brave and smart. You're definitely not an idiot. And this is another doc. I think this is the doctor. I think this one is the doctor. Here we go with more terrible music in the background. I'm pregnant with a headache and still reaching for Tylenol because I work in pharmacy and know there's zero correlation between Tylenol and autism. Sorry, not sorry. The orange man is not my OB. Let's mute this. She's clearly a retard. And I mean that in a loving way, okay? Very loving way. I don't know where the baby lives in the stomach. Wherever the fuck the baby is, the baby eats what the baby's like a bird that eats what the mother eats. I know that. So like the mother eats it and eventually the food ends up in the baby's the baby eats it through the umbilical cord. So yes, the Tylenol that the mother eats, which is, she don't have to taste it because she can swallow the whole pill and it's coated so you don't taste it. But by the time it gets down to the baby, it's not a coated pill that just goes down. That baby's probably got to taste every inch of that fucking Tylenol. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? I don't know. I'm not an expert, but it makes sense. Anyway, yeah. Good job. Good job, ladies. Man, the ladies. Y'all are killing it. You're killing it. You might actually literally be killing it. But okay, yeah. Let's see. Let's see what Tylenol had to say. All the way back in 2017, people uncovered this fucking statement from Tylenol. Tylenol, we actually don't recommend using any of our products while pregnant. Thank you for taking the time to voice your concerns today. You guys just own Trump. Congratulations. Congratulations. Even Tylenol says they don't recommend taking it when you're pregnant, but you know everything. And if Trump said it, it's definitely bad, right? I just hope these kids don't end up with autism, bro. I really, because the kid didn't do anything wrong. That's the sad part. It's like this child didn't ask for this shit, and it's like the mother's finally got some information and there's like some guidance, like, hey, for just out of an abundance of caution for you and your baby, you might want to avoid Tylenol because could be a link there with autism. Oh, give me the Tylenol. All the Tylenol in the world. Here's another one. Of course, 4 non-blondes. Okay, another genius. God, I feel sorry for whatever man has to put up with that. She probably already left him, by the way. That one we already saw. This was Michelle Vu, MD. And she does fertility medicine in New York, 28 weeks pregnant. This is where it gets a little scary because some of them are getting insane and they're taking large amounts of Tylenol, which is dangerous for your kidneys. You should never even take Tylenol on an empty stomach because it's that bad for your kidneys. You need to eat something. Same thing with ibuprofen. It's better if you eat something with it. But this one sounds like somebody went too far.
We need to have a serious talk, and this isn't going to be one of my funny videos because I don't think this shit is funny at all anymore. And you people need to cut it out. Cut it out. I just watched a video from Nicole Sorrento on her Instagram about a husband who contacted her at 4 a.m. this morning. Do you know why? Because his wife, pregnant wife, who's 23 to 25 weeks pregnant, wanted to prove that Tylenol doesn't cause autism. Guess where she is? She's in a hospital on a ventilator with liver failure, and they said she's not going to survive.
Dude, how much Tylenol did she fucking take, bro? She take like a whole bottle of Tylenol? Like, are you dumb? I think I've reached my limit of using the R word at this point. I don't want to get in trouble. Are you dumb? How much did they take? I mean, that's sad. But, kind of might qualify for a Darwin Award, to be honest. But again, the baby. These people don't even care about this. I don't know. It is sad.
Okay? I'm angry.
I'm angry. Okay, sorry. Gotta go into. I've had enough
so
of these
angry
people.
For someone to be that selfish towards their unborn child.
It's TDS, man.
And how stupid. How stupid. Every single one of you who support this, you think it's funny, you're making videos. There's nothing cute, funny. This is dangerous.
TDS, in some cases, can be fatal.
This is
unfortunately
dangerous. I mean, to think that this is where we've gotten to, right? As a country, to think that people hate a man so much, not because they really have anything to hate him for, but because they're programmed to believe Orange Man bad. That you would go to these levels. People joke and they say Trump derangement syndrome. Let me tell you something. I'm telling you it's real. It should be labeled a real mental illness.
It is.
Because I'm a mother of 3 sons. And I'm trying to put myself in the head of somebody who would do something so stupid and dangerous knowing that they're carrying another life.
Because they don't give a shit about it, dude. That's why they have no problem with abortion. They're what they want, and like it overrides everything. It used to be like the baby was the most important thing. Oh, you're pregnant. Like, I'm gonna live my life like the baby. Like, that's number one. I have to keep the baby. No, the baby's just all along for the ride. Oh, I want to drink. I want to smoke. I want to take a bottle of Tylenol so I can own someone politically. Don't even think about the baby for 1 second. It's just a clump of cells, guys.
I'm angry. I'm enraged. I have words. I'm at a loss for words. Stop. Stop. I just, listen, I'm praying for that woman and her child. I'm praying for her husband, for her family.
You're right.
Spocko super chatted $4.99. This is literally the parable of taking poison and expecting to hurt your enemy.
It's wild, man. It's wild. I don't know, man. Some people, and the problem is, like, you're seeing some of these women doing this. These are supposedly intelligent women. These are MDs. These are women who are supposed to be so fucking intelligent, but yet they're willing to put their lives, their baby's life at risk so that they can own the other political side and prove a point about how dumb the other side is. When all you had to do was look at what fucking Tylenol's own statement, which says, we don't recommend taking Tylenol when you're pregnant. So yeah, okay, maybe Trump's wrong about the autism shit, but you still just put your baby's life at risk because you're fucking deranged. The shit with Theo has been pretty crazy, bro. Theo is like literally scared for his life now because DHS posted this video. They removed it, but the internet doesn't let anything go. The internet saved it. They posted this like pro-immigration video, and they opened it with Theo Vaughn and the famous Theo Vaughn clip.
Heard you got deported, dude. Heard you got deported, dude. Bye.
So, obviously they didn't have Theo Vaughn's permission to do this. I can imagine the person editing this, they were like, hey, put us together a nice little edit that shows the progress we've made, but also make it memey and make it funny. And it's like, yeah, how could you not lead with that fucking clip of Theo? Theo saying that, it's so fucking funny. But in this time, in this day and age, we'll play a little more. 2 million in 250 days. 1.6 million self-deported? Dude, if that's true, look, shout out. We got to praise them, right? If you came into this country illegally and we're asking you to leave and you went ahead and said, okay, I'll leave. Dude, we need to throw a fucking party for you, dude. We'll do it over the internet because you can't be in the country.
Dildo Baggins
we'll throw
super
an internet
chatted
party for you.
$1.99. I am an MD, massive D.
Okay, bro. We'll have to take your word on it. Don't send me any pictures. But I believe you. Thank you for the super chat. But yeah, let's throw a party for these guys, bro. Let's all get on Discord and throw the greatest party for all of these people that self-deported. Because you, sir, are a gentleman. You may have made a mistake. You may have broken the law, but at least you're making it right now. You're doing the right thing. God bless you. God bless these people who self-deported, bro. God bless them.
They simply stopped coming. They're not coming anymore. We're getting a lot of credit, but they're not coming anymore.
Yeah, when you have an administration that's not going to fucking just let you in and then protect you and then let you go into a sanctuary city where you can, get all the rights of every... Yeah. Just having an administration that says stop coming in makes a huge fucking difference than having the Joe Bidens and the Kamala Harrises being like, you know, fucking always running interference for the people who break our laws. Did they get $1,000 to get the fuck out of here? Okay, well, that makes it a little less noble that they took $1,000 to leave, but at least they left. I mean, the people that didn't take the $1,000 to leave, I bet you they should be feeling pretty stupid right now. You know, they'll have to pay $100 to come back. But yeah, that's good news. Where was the Did I lose the fucking? Did I lose the? Okay, let me get back to my bookmarks. I could have sworn there was another post from Theo where he was talking. He was scared for his life. Let me get to it. Okay, yeah. Theo is right. So Theo responded, basically said, "Hey, send me a check. You're using my image without permission." And then he said, "It's crazy to me that they think this is okay." Which, yeah, I mean, people are saying it's transformative. It's this and that. Look, the thing with fair use, it's not a protection against somebody deciding they don't want to be used in your shit. It's a protection in court, right? So if Theo doesn't want you using his image and his likeness in your video, Theo can take you to court. Fair use is not going to stop somebody from suing you because they don't like the way you use their content. Fair use will just protect you once you get to court and have already spent tons of fucking money. So, I don't know. I don't think this would hold up for a fair use case, in my opinion. But, you know, fair use is a very gray area, you know, very gray. It's not so black and white. It's crazy to me that they think that this is okay. What if someone attacks me tomorrow because they think I'm some final boss of deportations or something? And, yeah, I mean, I get it. Theo, like, he might be pro ICE and all that, but who wants to be the face of it, dude? You know, when you're a comedian and a celebrity, like, you want to be the face of it. You want all this leftist fucking hatred. And you know how crazy they are right now. They literally, the day after this, a guy went and tried to murder some fucking, some ICE agents. So, yeah, it is a little scary. But at least DHS removed that video. So I think they responded to Theo and they said, "Oh, sorry, we'll take it down." But the problem is everything's forever on the internet, you know? It's not going to be down. It's just down on DHS's page. Tim Pool agrees. Theo is right. Anti-DHS and pro-illegal immigrant individuals might attack him. DHS should not have put his comment about deportation in their video because he could be killed. Yeah, I agree. We got to keep Theo safe. We got to protect Theo. DHS, what are you doing? Are you trying to get one of the most beloved comedians in this country murdered? DHS? Jesus Christ, bro. Was a pretty fire video, though, I have to admit. Whoever edited did a pretty good job. It was a pretty fire video. It was a good idea to start it that way. Dude, these live streams go by so fast, guys. It's already 2 hours, which is good because I'm out of shit to talk to. So I'll interact with the chat a little bit before I get out of here. What's up, everybody? What's going on, chatters? Tyler Durden. Theo should have been asked in the first place, but he did support this. In my opinion, get off the fence. Well, I mean, it's one thing to support, like, you know, cleaning up our country, getting rid of people here illegally, and another thing to be the spokesperson of it. You know, you should have asked and got his permission. So yeah, and I'm sure he would have said no. Sty Guy Bob, protect Theo. Yes, we need to protect Theo. We also need to bring back the Charlie Chaplin mustache. We need to bring that back. Hello, Adolph Jones. Oh, we got full Adolph Jones in here. Yeah, we're all Adolph Jones, guys. We're all Adolph. Yeah, thank you. How you doing, man? Theo is nothing. Okay, I don't agree. I like Theo. Theo's a very good guy. He's been very good to me. Norseman Bushcrafting, what's up? And they are allowing so much transgression right now and adapting your algorithm to it so they can drudge you up when Palantir AI World Grid enacts. Terrifying, bro. Terrifying. And they expect me not to be black-pilled when Palantir is going to be watching me wiping my ass every morning. The fuck? The heroes we have now are pathetic. Well, you go try being a hero, problematic post. Good luck. Good luck being in front of the crowds, man. Good luck. That's not easy. Norseman Bushcrafting. Fucking imagine that, eh? Fucking imagine that, eh? Fucking imagine that, eh? Is that Australian or is that Canadian? We was better off with China owning TikTok than Rupert Murdoch and Larry Ellison owning TikTok. I just would like to get rid of TikTok altogether. I hate this. I hate these short form web. I'd probably like to get rid of Instagram too. It's making people so dumb, dude. It's making people so fucking dumb. Johnny, the left already thinks he's a Nazi supporter because he helped get Trump elected. He needs to embrace this because they hate him either way. I saw that. There's a lot of people saying that, Johnny, get off the fence. You know, Theo, you support this and blah, 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 blah. I mean, the reality is, though, like, you know, for a video like that, when you're the government, like, you need to get the permission of the person. Theo doesn't have to approve it. Just it's up to Theo. And if Theo just doesn't want to do it, he doesn't have to. But yeah, I mean, look, Theo doesn't want to get shot, bro. He doesn't have Secret Service protecting him. Theo is just a funny man. He is too simple to be of real use politically. I think Theo's a lot smarter than people give him credit for. I don't think Theo's as dumb as he plays on television. He's not as dumb as he is on television. For lack of a better way of saying it, I don't know. 2 hours, I start losing the ability to talk after 2 hours. Why is every one of these people Israeli or super Zionist? Who do we talking about now, MMAKO? Who are we talking about? Tyler Durden, what's up? And what's up, MMAKO? Shout out. Go follow MMAKO. He does great work. Does good videos. Tyler Durden, what are we talking about? I also heard about the servers which run AI need to be cooled down constantly using millions of gallons to do so. Yeah, Tyler Durden. That's a little... I saw a documentary about it. I forgot where, Garland, by Dallas. I forget where exactly. They have the Grok servers or whatever, and they need so much fucking water to cool it that you know, and then the noise pollution that comes off of the facility where the locals are just like pissed off, dude. And there's a lot of health issues going around because like it's crazy amounts of noise that people have to live right next to. So yeah, I don't know. This AI is going to change the world, man. It really is. I think in 20 years, like shit might not even be recognizable. You know, it might be one of the. I mean, internet did a huge job of changing the world. AI might even be bigger than what the internet did. We'll see. Hopefully, it's for the good. But usually, powerful people get control of it, just like they did with the internet. The internet at first was pretty fucking amazing, pretty great. You know, you had early internet. It was like, oh, forums. I can find out how to change a fucking alternator on my '94 Cavalier, and I can do, you know. And then modern day internet, it's like, oh, it's all been fucking, taken over by a handful of companies, and they control everything now. And no one even goes to websites anymore. People just go to like 3 websites, and that's it. It's like, oof. I don't know, man. That's the thing with like powerful tools like AI and internet. It could be used for such good, but then it can be used for terrible things as well. ChatGPT is trash. I don't really use ChatGPT, YouTuber. I use Grok to just like search basically instead of searching on Google. If I want to know about a topic or like a trending item, I'll go like, what's out there, and give me links, to back up, whatever. It's good for searching and finding information, but you got to be careful with it. How you use it. You got to realize that like there are downsides to using AI. Like it will feed you what you want to hear. So you got to kind of be careful about that. But I use ChatGPT to write a Python script to be able to search all the transcripts of every Rogan episode on YouTube. So like if I needed Rogan to say, I'm an alien, or I'm hungry, I want to eat you. I could search every fucking Rogan episode, every transcript that's available to find the words to build that line. So ChatGPT was pretty fucking helpful with that. So I don't know. I can't talk too much shit about ChatGPT when it's helping me code. I've never coded before. Well, TWG, what's up? I have shunned AI other than image generation. That's fun to play with. It's helpful. It's helpful as a search engine, CWG. It's not like perfect, but like if you're trying to just source information, it's very helpful. It is. There's no doubt about it. It's just not perfect yet. John Rocks Toronto, Pink Trip with a free version. Nuh-uh, you can't do that. What are we talking about, John Rocks? Pink Trip with a free version. Nuh-uh, you can't do that. Do what, John Rocks? Are we talking about writing a Python script? Is that what we're talking about? MAKO, it's amazing for gathering information you can fact check independently. Yeah, you just have to know the limitations. You got to double check everything it says because it'll get basic shit wrong. Like when I was doing a research on the Charlie Kirk assassination, I mean, it got the date. He was killed wrong. It said September 11th instead of September 10th. So, yeah, but it's helpful because especially with how terrible Google would probably still be better if it was still as useful as it used to be, the Google search engine, but they totally destroyed it. And it seems like they destroyed the search engine on purpose just to, just to have more control over information people get. What it seems like. Told Tyler is not the shooter, that's for sure. Well, I don't know if you could be 100% sure of that, told Druid. I mean, you could be questioning it and going, there's a lot of holes in this. I'm not exactly 100% buying it, but to be like 100% Tyler is not the shooter, I don't know how you can have that kind of certainty. I don't know. Maybe you know more than I do. Joshua and Zerubbabel, what's the over-under on Trump saying some crazy shit tomorrow? He will. He will. Bro, ChatGPT will cheat at a game with chess if you play it. Yeah, fucking cheating asshole. Fuck that. Fuck ChatGPT. He did help me write some code
John
that was
the
fucking
Impaler
amazing.
super chatted $9.99. I'm very for ICE, however, my uncle took his wife of 5 years to an immigration hearing as she's not a citizen yet with the paperwork showing she could be here legally, and they arrested her.
So she's not a citizen. She's married to a citizen. I'm very for ICE. However, my uncle took his wife of 5 years to an immigration hearing as she's not a citizen yet with the paperwork showing she could be here legally, and they arrested her. Yeah, I mean, there is a process still, isn't there? Like, if you marry someone from another country, they don't just get to come right away. You have to go through the marriage visa shit, and sometimes that doesn't even get approved. So, yeah, it's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate. What can I say? Hopefully they figure it out. She's legitimately married to a citizen. She's probably going to have to go back to her home and then apply for the marriage visa. I forget what it's called, but there's like a specific visa for marriage, and there's a whole fucking. They need to improve that process. They really do. Like the legal immigration, they need to improve it and streamline it. It's a big
John
problem.
the Impaler super chatted $4.99.
What's up, John?
They currently have a lawyer on the case, but they moved her from Chicago all the way to El Paso and rescheduled her hearing. It's crazy right now.
Yeah. Well, I hope they figure it out, man. Because a lot of dudes want to marry foreign women right now. American women are just like they're not worth the trouble, bro. So, yeah, but it is a pain in the ass from what I understand. The whole process of getting a marriage visa, I forget the term, but there's the form or whatever you have to fill out. It takes forever and it's a pain in the ass. But I hope they figure it out, man. Hopefully they do the right thing there. And shout out to you and who was that? Your friend you said, or your uncle? Yeah, shout out to your uncle. Hopefully they figure it out, man. What else we got going on, guys? Harold Grant, Adolph Jonesler. I changed my name back to normal. Are you gonna keep yours? I don't know. We're gonna all be Adolph Jones now. Adolph Jonester. Yeah, we got a bunch of Adolph Joneses in here. That's the shit that YouTube is depriving us of. It's so not fair. It's so not fair. There's a reason Alex was the #1 show on the internet because it's not just that, he was grifting, because the dude was fucking entertaining, bro. And he was fucking hilarious. Some of the memes that went around back then, it was just legendary shit. And we need that back. Stop depriving us of our entertainment, YouTube. That's not fair. Vegeta Saya McCannon. What's up, brother? I got you, John, my brother. Yeah, everybody's gonna pray for you, John. Hopefully they'll get it sorted out, man. It's it's not pretty. The immigration system is a fucking mess. And yeah, that's something. Look, that's something they need to streamline and improve. The whole marriage visa shit. They need to improve that. I know there's there's people that are trying to do immigration fraud, a la the Ilhan Omar and all that. So they're so worried about it, but it becomes a problem, dude. Some of us American men, we need to go to other countries to get women because our women are spoiled, rotten, fucking lunatics, okay? We got to go to a third world country to get a woman who'll still cook for you. But yeah, I don't know, man. They need to streamline it. They need to improve legal immigration, make it quicker, easier. YouTuber Yo Ping, did you watch Brock Lesnar beat John Cena at WrestlePalooza? I don't watch wrestling, YouTuber. I don't watch it anymore, man. Yeah, I'll watch documentaries, like those wrestling documentaries on like shit that happened in the past. I'll watch that shit, but I don't watch actual wrestling anymore.
John the
Thank you, John.
Impaler super chatted $4.99. By the way, love, streams man.
I appreciate it. Thanks for showing up and being a regular watcher. You guys rock. Thank you all for coming and being part of the show and sending the super chats. It's very much appreciated. Yeah, Raja Jackson got arrested. I don't know if I ever talked about that, but looks like is he already out? Is Raja Jackson already out? Because it was what, a $50,000 bond, and I think it was just like battery. Arrested, charged with felony assault. Yeah, so it's not attempted murder. I figured he'd be out by now because Rampage said he had a. Yes, Roger Jackson was in jail as of September 19th to 21st. Looks like he's out already. I heard that Stu didn't want to press charges either. So, I don't know. Stu's, I don't know, man. I think they're going to still press charges, but I guess Stu is trying to be the bigger man and not ruin his life. But what that kid did, he deserves some sort of punishment. And hopefully he grows the fuck up. Oh, what are we at here? Descendants 2, John McCarter. I better not get deported, guys. Don't worry, John. You're not going to get deported, John. You were born in this country, right? You're good, bro. You're good. You're good. Just don't go hang out at any Home Depots, okay? Stay away from Home Depots. Paige bailed him out? Who's Paige? Did you see drones were all over the sky? Yeah, I didn't see anything about that, but somebody mentioned earlier, like, Hexeth is having some huge meeting with, like, all the military, and everybody's worried that they're, especially after Trump was talking about, Ukraine can actually take back Russian territory. I don't know. The messaging seems terrible. It's like, oh, okay, so we're going just full bore with the Russia war
Spocko
now?
super chatted $4.99. My ex-brother-in-law brought over a Filipina. It turned out he lied to her that he was rich. Total boz.
I bet you that happens a lot, right, Spocko? I bet you that happens more than we realize. Like, they go over there but to a Filipina, like, you could be rich when you're not really rich, Like, you could be lower middle class, and that's rich to a Filipina, isn't it? But yeah, did he play it up too much? The thing is with like when you get a foreign bride like that, it's only so long before they get Americanized and they become terrible like every other. Not every. I mean, there are good American women, right? They're just becoming more rare. They're becoming way more rare. Too many women have been fucking polluted by feminism and the guilt shaming that goes on about like, oh, you gonna stay home and just be a housewife? That's terrible. It's like, I don't know, man. There are good women, but they usually get taken really quick. Let me see what else we got. Diamond Dallas Page, he's gonna train him. Diamond Dallas Page is gonna train. Is he gonna go full time in WWE? Raja Jackson. Is that what's happening? And Diamond Dallas Page is going to train him? I don't know. I don't know if that's the right move. I don't know. But DDP, yeah, shout out to DDP. I always like DDP. So it still worked, though. What are we talking about? Drone warfare is terrifying. So it still worked, though. I'm not sure what you're talking about, MMAKO, but yes, drone warfare is terrifying. I like Russian chicks. YouTuber, I love Russian chicks, too. I'm telling you, man. Russian women. Jesus Christ. It's one reason I would be okay with invading Russia. Now, we really do need to make peace with Russia and just offer an easy immigration path for any Russian chicks that are like a 7 or above. They're so great, man. It's not just Russian chicks, like Ukrainian chicks. That whole area, like the women are off the fucking charts, dude. They're off the charts. And a lot of them are still kind of girly, They're not trying to be men. Like, they embrace their feminism. Russian women are beautiful. Yes, they are, MMAKO. They're gems, bro. By the way, Disney's Descendants 1, 2, and 3 is a Disney Channel original movies, Pink Trip. Yeah. I remember you telling me that before, John McCarter. I will definitely, I don't usually watch Disney movies, John. They're not my bag, but maybe I'll check it out. Maybe I'll check it out, bro. You know, who knows? Maybe they'll be good. Norseman bushcraft. Russians are awesome. Yeah, Russians in general are awesome. But, you know, Russian women, they're a little more awesome. You know, the men can stay in Russia for all I care. God love them. I have nothing against Russian men. I've had friends that were Russian. Yeah, the men can stay in Russia. We'll take the ladies. You know, there's not enough men for them anyway, so it's not fair. Bring them here. Bring them here. Japanese girls, yes, Japanese girls are pretty fine too, Akima skill. You know, it's nothing wrong with Japanese girls. There is something that's better when they like mixed Japanese, you know? Although Japanese girls are hot, Chinese girls are hot, Korean girls, the hottest of the Asians are the Koreans. But yeah, when they're mixed, you know, when they're like half white, half Japanese, special. That's a special mix there. Even CWG, what's up, brother? Even with Russian women, it's a numbers game before you find a chill one. Yeah, I mean, you know, Western feminism is destroying everything. I don't have yellow fever. I got Russian fever, yellow fever. I got all the fevers, bro. All right, guys. Thank you for hanging out. It's been a fun one. I should be back tomorrow. Hopefully, yeah, tomorrow's Friday. You know, sometimes doing a show on Friday is like, get less viewers, but I'll do a show anyway. We'll see what's going on tomorrow. Maybe I'll just come and hang out tomorrow, or I don't know. Maybe we'll have some news to talk about. Maybe Alex will, you know, he's going to be at least a week before he gets the Hitler mustache back. Alex, you should have never shaved it off, man. It should have been a permanent change, bro. It should have been a permanent change. Thank you, guys. If you want to support the channel, you can become a member in the description for Patreon or YouTube. You'll be part. I'm going to play the shout out to the members here on the way out. You can get part of the next shout out, the next song featuring the members. And that'll probably be next week. I'll probably do it the start of next month. I'll put a new song out. But yeah, if you want to support, all the information's in the description. Smash the thumbs up if you've enjoyed the show on the way out, and share it out and all that stuff. And follow me on X at Pink Trip. And or you can join the Discord. We got a nice little community. It's a lot of fun. And it's a good way to be notified when I go live. Discord's the best place to be notified every time I go live. Thank you, guys. It's been a wonderful show. We'll see you on the next episode. Have a good one, guys. Gotta get the shout out pulled up here.
Andy's randomated sandwich Hydra Dagger, the art of Get R. Jacob Sato. This project is done. Tony Watt, Martin, Chris Delaxa, Max Handshake, Dirty, Old Dingo, Omnix, Michael Lopresto, Michael S.T. San Juan, Emma Meg, K.O., Aaron Decker, The Crab, Sabade, Arnold, Nicotina, Mike Dogan, Danny McCusker, Brandon, Ray 61. Don Knotts, Jesus Christ, Timey, Quantumly, Immortal, Bobcat, Wolfenstein, Rowan, Costa, Stream, Juice, Ince. Independent Courier, Willie, Wilby, B, Unstoppable, For Life. Solitary Spesser, Jason. Peace Sauce, Olive Red Hawk, 2030, Dave, Giuliani, Dante's Guide, Brandon L, Noah H, Satoichi's Gaisor! Scancun 21, Free Wilford, Brumley, The Midwest, Request Dog, Hodler, Gully Squad, El Jefe, Ben Stevens, Danny Mistily Zone, JCD 7 Angle, Dr. Strike, Holland, Dan Sock, SD to Jason and Chain, Andrew Wilson, Hey UDSP, Spore, Fossil Society, Jolly Green, Amanda Smith, Bill Hicks, Blake O'Brien, Happy Days, Adam Sandberg, Red-Eyed Former, K-Flow, DMG, Shade, Augusto Castillo, Skin Doggy Dog, Jazz, Felon, Kevin DeBella, Tactical Dish, Soul Philippines, John Mayers, Disaffected, Malcontent, Timothy Dexter, Apollo 388, Sparse Dearth, Graveyard King, Germanic Werewolf, Nighthawk, Express 11's Ultimate Flyful, Rusty Shackleford, Liquid Snake, Mr. Cat!
Hager.
Please subscribe and hit the like and ring that bell if you want notified. Here's some other videos to watch that you might like or you might not. Have a great day, my internet friend. I hope I'll see you once again. Please subscribe and hit the like and ring that bell if you want notified. Have a great day, my internet friend. I hope I'll see you once again. Please subscribe and hit the like and ring that bell if you want notified.